spends nights in California, watching the stars on the big screen. And then he lies awake and he wonders, why can't that be me? 'Cause in his life he's filled with all these good intentions. He's left a lot of things he'd rather not mention right now, just before he says goodnight. He looks up with a little smile at me and he says, if I could be like that, well, I would give anything just to live one day in those shoes. If I could be like that, what would I do? What would I do? Yeah. Now in dreams, she spends her days up in the North Park, watching the people as they pass. And all she wants is just a little piece of this dream. Is that too much to ask? With a safe home and a warm bed on a quiet little street. All she wants is just that something to hold on to. That's all she needs. Yeah, if I could be like that, well, I would give anything just to live one day in those shoes. If I could be like that, what would I do? What would I do? Yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh. Just to live one day in those shoes. If I could be like that, what would I do? What would I do? If I could be like that, I would give anything just to live one day in those shoes. If I could be like that, what would I do? What would I do? If I could be like that, I would give anything just to live one day in those shoes. If I could be like that, what would I do, Lord? What would I do? Yeah. Falling down, I feel like I'm falling down to this again. Well, I took a walk around the world to ease my troubled mind. I left my body lying somewhere in the sands of time. But I watched the world float to the dark side of the moon. But I feel there's nothing I can do.
Good evening. Welcome to the blizzard of 2025. As most of you, or some of you, or probably everybody, is being snowed in. Jonathan Brown couldn't hardly make it tonight. The snow was so deep, but him being the driver that he is, he has made it safe and sound. JB, welcome to Talking Circles with Chris Carter, presented by J&T Services. How are you, brother?
Man, I'm better than I deserve. It's good to be here again.
Amen. Thank you for being here. My lovely co-host Sydney Sanders, she has the night off, and she's already made the comment that Jonathan is keeping her seat warm. So
it's pretty comfy.
Yeah, she likes it. Yeah, we have to adjust though. She's so tall, but I guess it's that I'm so short. But yeah, we got a good show on tap. Of course, we're going to talk to Jonathan about him racing in the Clash here. What, 12 days, Messer?
I think so. 12, 13 days, I think.
Yeah, something like that. 12 days or so. Yeah. And, of course, y'all heard over there my amazing, great producer, Eric Messer with Messer Media. And, yeah, it's been a crazy last 2-3 weeks with the weather here in Winston-Salem, Kernersville area, what we call the Triad Piedmont area. And, yeah, a lot going on. So what we're going to do, and if you will, Jonathan, as always, we're going to start our show off with a Bible verse. And today's verse is going to be coming at you from Proverbs 27:17, one of my most favorite verses there is.
17, not 7.
Yeah, 17.
All right. Iron sharpeneth iron, so a man sharpeneth the countenance of his friend. And you can take that a lot of ways. Like, I take it like we lean on each other, right?
Got to
lean on each other.
Got to.
Got to be spiritual for your friends.
Got to.
Spiritual for everybody around you. You don't want to tell them how spiritual you are. You want them to see it and
know it,
feel it and know it,
smell it.
Right. I didn't tell you I was going to do this or even think about it, but I just thought about this. Hold on, I'm going to throw something else at you.
All right, go ahead.
A little different Old Testament here, Hosea.
Yeah.
Sow to yourselves in righteousness, reap in mercy, break up your fallow ground. That's tough to do. For it is time to seek the Lord right now, every day, till he come and rain righteousness upon you. And that's something I've been on it deep here lately. Man, we could talk about that for a long time. We've got we really could. And I'll tell you something. Go back to the iron sharpeneth iron. I just started I started with a new Bible study group, a men's group last Tuesday, and what we got into was the book of Titus.
Mm-hmm.
And
good book,
man. It's just one of those books I've overlooked it. It's not very long.
Nope.
I think it's like 46 chapters, maybe. I think it's like 46. I can't remember. It's not very long, but just got a book to go with that Bible study. Can't think the name of it. I just literally just got it, but basically the same thing as us men. I could talk about it forever, but us men being there for each other, being the cornerstone, being the foundation for raising good, godly Christian children, and just being there for each other.
As iron sharpens iron.
Iron sharpens iron. So it made me think of that.
And I was going to talk about this back home for me down Mississippi Gulf Coast, Mobile, Alabama, right there at Five Flags Street. 6 inches of snow in Pensacola, Florida. There's some crazy stuff happening. And like I said, we could talk about all this stuff for a long time. But it tells us about earthquakes in diverse places. And if you kind of look into that verse in Matthew, actually the Matthew chapter 24, and you can kind of see a lot of this stuff. Earthquakes in diverse places can be interpreted as different weather in different places that don't normally happen in the end time. But anyway, thank you for reading that for me. And we could have church, but we can have another show for that.
Matthew 24 is deep.
Well, yeah, because Matthew 24:12 says, the love of many will grow cold and lawlessness will abound.
It's almost like the times we're living in. It's crazy.
Very much.
Very much so.
Want to thank all of our sponsors here at Talking Circles with Chris Carter, presented by J&T Services. Without them, we would not be doing what we do. If you cannot monetize any of these businesses, please just go and like their page, follow their page if you would, please. Of course, this is our Cookout Clash at Bowman Gray Countdown, and that is brought to you by H&H Auto Repair, and we'd like to thank H&H Auto Repair, Velasta, Race for Kids, which is raceforkids.com, Pulliam's Hot Dogs and Barbecue, Precision Built Spindles, our buddy Jeff Day, Renee Hackett, Realtor, Portable Septic, our buddy Tommy Neal, The Garage Shop, Choice Tire and Automotive. We are in the Choice Tire and Automotive Studios here in Kernersville, North Carolina. Frank Steaks out of Long Island, New York, J&T Services, DL Outfitters, Midway Dry Cleaners, Cobble Speed Shop, LLC, JTA, Soft Wash and Roof Cleaning, Koger Plumbing, 5 Points Tire and Auto, Everready Mixed Concrete, Heroes Patriot Water, also out of Long Island, New York, Hall's Heating and Air, Robbins Sandblasting, Mule Skinner Trucking, Messer Media. That's you, bud, who does a great job. Our producer, we love him. Garage Doors of the Triad, MJ Printing and Graphics, Midway Music Hall and Event Center, Thunder Road Grill, Midway Mobile Storage, Make TV Great with Nate, Louie's Custom Showers and Glass, Tea Time Sports Bar, Burke Street Pub, Captain's Retreat at Bear Creek, our buddy Dave Russell up there in Buffalo area, New York, Speed 77, Squeaky Clean Express and Ceramic Coatings, Colfax Towing and Auto Repair, Velocita USA, and Kevin Says Yes.com. We got a good show tonight. Chocolate Myers is going to be doing a video call with us on the 28th, and I want to push that. I want all of y'all to know, you know how we usually do. We do a live Bowman Gray preview show, which we will in April, the week before we race, as always. Okay. But this is a Cookout Clash at Bowman Gray Countdown show live at the Gathering Place where we had our last live event. I only know that was that our end of the year thing, Messer?
I believe so. Yep. Yeah, that was back in September. Yep. So, yeah.
So we're going to do, and I want to, y'all listen, everybody is invited. We will have, last time that's where we dropped the ball at, or no, I dropped the ball at. That was our first live show together with Messer, and he had just come on board. But we're going to have speakers to where, in other words, when you're in the audience, you can hear what we're saying and doing. You will not be in the dark. You will be able to hear what the people watching at home can hear. You'll be able to hear. I hope you come too, 2 weeks in a row. I don't know if I can get that lucky, but all of y'all,
week?
Yeah, next Tuesday. And then you race the next Saturday.
Yeah, so I'm
Bible study
Tuesday evening,
You're going to have to change that date.
6:30.
You're going to have to change that date so I can go to it. You're going to have to talk to the fellers.
We did vote on the next meeting time and the day, and we stuck with Tuesdays. And then when we talked about it on the show, I was like, oh, on a Tuesday.
Yeah. Okay, so we're going to use this segment. Kyle Southern's going to be calling in. My buddy Ryan Sparks. A lot of y'all out there know Ryan Sparks. He is the crew chief for Justin Haley and the director of competition for Spire Motorsports. Spire Motorsports just signed my 14-year-old wheelman, Tristan McKee, as a development driver at 14.
Wow, I didn't even know that. That's news to
So
me.
that whole path, everything I've been saying since he was 11 is finally coming true, and I'm so excited. I'm excited about him being with the people at Spire, with Ryan Sparks and all that bunch, because if y'all think about this, Spire Motorsports has come such a long way. Carson Hocevar,
In a
Justin
short amount of
Haley.
time, it seems like.
and you think about the drivers with that team, and they're going to be very instrumental. And I'm like, I'm a Carson Hocevar fan. Sometimes he does some stupid stuff, but he always owns up to it. He was, yeah, that was pretty dumb on my part, but but I'm looking forward to talking to Sparks, and then we'll have a segment talking to you and everything. And we're going to have our Midway Dry Cleaners phone lines open if y'all want to call and talk to Jonathan, talk about racing, church, whatever. We're going to have those phone lines open. That will be our Cam's Corner, brought to you by Pulliam's Hot Dogs and Barbecue segment. Okay, so I want to give a update on Noelle. So I did get a text from her dad today at 6:15. You wanted to give an update. Noelle's currently stable, but that's about the best update I have. There's a lot of things going on, and the answers seem to be vague at this point. There's plenty of hope, but lots of things need to happen, and there's this sense we move one step forward, two steps back. Very, very short. Jonathan and Sweet, usually he gives me a very long updated text. And I'll just kind of want to reiterate that with something what her mom post. And you know, she's 7 years old, and it's just like it's a bad deal. They're supposed to remove stuff, and I guess the biggest thing that they're facing, me and Messer was talking about it before you got here, is the fact that, okay, well, we're going to go in, there's this, they see this stuff before they cut her open. All right. And then when they cut her open, it's like totally opposite of what they said they seen and they were going to do. All right. So this child, what, Messer, 3 months ago or so, she had her leg amputated, or 2 months ago, if that. Okay. All right. So then they go and they was going to operate on one lung and then go back in later and do another lung. Well, they ended up telling Dylan and Miss Tony, her mom, that they're going to go in and remove the cancer from both lungs. Well, then after everything's said and done, this child only has one lung. So they took a lung out. So she was struggling to breathe, and things started going a little bit downhill. And then they intubated her, put her in a medically induced coma to let her little body rest and everything. And so now they're going to remove the breathing tube maybe within 2 days. But as I've always said on this show, now the amount of support, when we first started talking about this on Talking Circles with Chris Carter, that, a lot of people knew about it, but it was been amazing to me how, as always, how the racing family, Jonathan, as you know this better than me, Messer knows it too. Y'all know it because y'all are part of it. How the racing community, not just at Bowman Gray, but has stepped up to help. You remember Emma and everything. And now this child, she is surrounded with a lot of love and a lot of prayers. Now, me and you both know prayers, it's the thing is like her mom said, how can something like this happen to my child? But it's God's way, not ours.
Amen to that.
And sometimes things don't work out. So with all that being said, I just, as always, wanted to give an update. I will be going over there either tomorrow or Thursday, and to visit with the family, be with the family, and what have you. It's been a rough road, and right now they need prayers. Okay, that's the best thing that I can tell you. Like Dylan's message just a while ago, an hour ago at 6:15, when he texts me. It's usually he's very thorough in explaining, but he was just short and simple. But he knows I like to provide an update, an up-to-date update. And her Facebook page, for those of y'all, mostly everybody, there's people back home that is messaged and asked about her. Messer JJ Dutton, he wrote a check for $500. He has texted me, Messer, every day and asked about Noelle.
Yeah, me and him talked before he left. We were talking about her too.
So that's been on his mind. So, but anyway, that's there's your update on Noelle. Y'all can go to our Facebook page and see exactly what's going on. They've been very good about, giving updates and what have you on Facebook. Noelle Strong. So y'all please remember her and that family in prayers.
They have a page set up for her, I guess.
Yes.
I'm guilty of not following that page. I don't do much shopping around on Facebook at all. If I'm on there, it's like Marketplace or,
right.
I guess if I have something to post or whatever, and I try to, hit people with some Bible verse stuff like that if it's on my mind. But I haven't followed that story very close. I'll be honest with you. I'm guilty of that, but I can't imagine what her parents are going through. I can't imagine what she's going through as somebody who's dealt with family, 2 brothers having cancer and going through that. I can tell you that it's tough to stay positive with all the bad news all the time. And as a parent to 2 young children, I can't imagine what those people are going through.
Well, that's in the text. It said a step forward, two back.
Yeah.
That's the bad part. With that, but and I'll next week on the live show with me going and seeing everything. I'm gonna go by. Messer is right now. He is the ball and chain at Bowman Gray Stadium with pictures and everything. So I'm gonna go by myself. You got to put a race car together, so I'm just gonna make that trip by myself and go over there and be with the family and provide a better update. Also for next week, I do want to reiterate. I want y'all to know. Please, y'all come on out. It's going to be at the gathering place. The best way to put it is going to be at the Thunder Road Bar and Grill. You walk through to the other. They connect. There's an opening. That's at Zeno at the Midway Town Center next week live. I want everybody to come. We're going to do some video calls. Chocolate Myers is going to be videoing with us. Freddie Kraft, that's going to be good. Herm is going to be and talking with us. He's going to be spotting for Ryan Priest in the modified. But we're going to have a good show. We're going to have a live guests there as well. Some of the people we hadn't had on the show. We're working on 2 cup drivers for being a part of that. So y'all please make your plans. Y'all come on out and be a part of the show. That's what it's about. I want my sponsors to be there. I want all y'all, if you're in the area, please y'all come on out and let's have a good time and let's make it. I want everybody to see, this show's picked up. This clash, the Cookout Clash countdown has really took off and picked up. I talked to somebody in Georgia, and he's even talking about it. And speaking of, it's going to lead me into my next thing I'm going to talk about real quick. Georgia, how in the world am I not going to talk about my driver, Bubba Pollard? He goes to Speed Fest, and he was just typical qualified 7th, started 5th. Rides around 4th and 5th, just riding around. And then there with about 15 to go, Bubba does Bubba Pollard stuff, and he wins the race. That is his 4th in a row at Speedfest to win and start the 2025 season. He's won 5.
He drove right around that guy there, too.
Did you see it?
Touched him. I saw the highlight of it. I thought remind me of a Ronnie Clifton move. Literally just drove right around him. Pretty awesome.
It was, he come off a 2, and Gavin Bichelle he's 16. And there's already been a bunch of rough stuff with the young kids and all that. And I even said, I put a post on my Facebook when I shared it. This is how you race. And he got on that Gavin's bumper. Just, you probably couldn't have put this cell phone between the, Bubba's front bumper and his, And like he said, smooth. He kept blocking Bubba. But I said, all right, no problem. I'm going to go to the outside. But anyway, y'all don't go nowhere. We're going to take our first commercial break. We're going to come back. We're going to do a little more chatting. Then we're going to have our buddy Kyle Southern. He's got a big thing to talk about for the Clash, the Madhouse Classic, February the 1st. This is my buddy Adam Hill from over there in Carteret County Speedway. I love y'all. Appreciate each and every one of you. Y'all are going to love it. We'll be right back. Me and Jonathan Brown. Unwanted vehicles of all types. He removes scrap metal, specializes in trash removal and eviction cleanups. Whether it's a bed or a table or even old washer and dryer. Jimmy Brown, you don't play around. Serving the Triad area since 2007, J&T Services is firefighter owned, and you can reach them at 336-341-1171, or you can go to J&T Services on Facebook. Choice Tire Automotive is a full-service auto repair shop and your #1 source for tires and wheels in Kernersville, North Carolina. They offer a variety of automotive services to keep your vehicle rolling on the road and off. Choice Tire Automotive offers check engine light repair and diagnostics, oil changes, brake repairs, alignments, balancing, rotations, and general automotive repairs. They bring the best quality service possible in everything they do, and their team is committed to providing the best workmanship and customer experience possible. Choice Tire Automotive's hours are Monday through Friday from 7:30 a.m. till 5 p.m. Give Choice Tire Automotive a call at 336-992-9002 and let them take care of your tire and automotive service needs. Welcome back. Talking Circles with Chris Carter, presented by J&T Services. We are coming at you live from our Choice Tire and Automotive Studios here in Kernersville, North Carolina. And Bubba Pollard.
That was a move. He put it on him. I'm not kidding when I tell you, when I watched that, I literally thought of Ronnie Clifton. Like, he waited to the right minute to capitalize, and he literally just drove around him, never touched him, and set sail. I mean, in a lap, he had 5 car lengths on him. So he was sitting there holding something for sure.
So it'd be like it's almost like a 16-year-old racing a super, and it's the man, the best super late model driver in the country, hands down. Don't try to argue with me about it, because you ain't gonna get nowhere with me on that. You got Stephen Nassie, Ty Majeski, and a couple other good ones. But, that 16-year-old, bumper, BP bumper. That's Bubba Pollard on your bumper, Gavin. Bumper.
Yep. Tony White would have said in your tracks. right in your tracks.
But anyway.
Might feel a push down this backstretch here.
Yeah. So, super proud of Bubba Pollard. Love the guy. He's been on the show many times. We'll have him on after we're done with our Cookout Clash at Bowman Gray COUNTDOWN. With that being said, I want to thank the Pollard family and Bubba. He texted me the other day. I'm going to be going to Sonoya Raceway on the 22nd of February, and I will be announcing it's their Sonoya Karting Complex. It's their biggest race yet. They're going to have 1,000 to win. They're going to have Predator 500 to win in all junior classes. So here, let me tell you what I've done. So Chad Wallace is the race director. Me and him was talking a while ago, and they bought a cart. Okay. That cart's for rent for this big race, or somebody to come drive it. So I mentioned Jonathan Brown. I asked how big the seat was, and we got to talking. So I need you to put this February 22nd date in your back pocket. For you to come with me, where I'm going to announce it. And I thought, and he was like, there ain't no way he won't come. And I'm like, you know what? You never know about this guy. So, but I'm scared Bubba Pollard, then he's going to buy one and like it. And then he's going to buy, then there'll be like 5 go-karts.
Then he's going to pass me on the last lap. As long as I got the lead, it'd be all right.
Yeah. So, but it's going to be 500 to win, all junior classes, Predator red plate, blue plate, green plate, purple plate. Yeah, this is going to be a big deal. That's going to be at Sonoya Karting Complex, which is at Sonoya Raceway, February the 22nd. 1,000 to win guaranteed. 1,000 to win guaranteed. Stock light, stock medium, stock heavy, super heavy, and Dakar 360.
That's big.
So all you go-kart in. I was talking to Chad today, and I'll talk with Sonny Pollard and Bubba Pollard, with all them, see if we can talk to a few people, and if anybody in the North Carolina area that wants to go to this race, maybe some money involved for you making the trip. So, and I'm going to be posting about this and be heavy on it after we're done with this countdown, the Clash at Bowman Gray countdown that we're doing here on this show. So anyway, once again, big go-kart race, February 22nd, and that'll be my first time with the microphone in 2025. It's been a while. I can't wait. I love anything that I do with Bubba Pollard and that family is class act, and I'd love you to go and race, and you'll see exactly what I'm talking about.
Can I stop you for a second?
Yeah, go.
This is going to bother me if I don't say something.
So who do you see?
I don't see anybody.
Oh.
But this Noel thing is weighing on me.
Yeah.
Big time.
Mm-hmm.
So if you don't mind, I want to say a prayer right here.
Absolutely.
It has literally just been sitting here just chewing at me.
Go ahead. You know I don't mind. Go ahead, brother.
No kind of formal fashion. I'm just going to speak to Jesus for a minute.
Go ahead.
And everybody at the sound of my voice should be able to hear it. And, we all get to where we say we're praying for somebody, but how many people, when they say that, it's actually doing it? It doesn't take but a couple seconds to do it. And, man, just to think about that child, just to think about what's going on there, what the parents are going through. And, that's just one story we know about.
Yeah, there's a lot out there.
I've been over there to Brenner's. I had a brother go through there, and, man, you see some unimaginable things there. But I'm just going to say a quick prayer here, and I don't know, just wish everybody would to really think about this. But Father God, we love you, and Father, we thank you so much for the day you provided. And Lord, oftentimes we forget just how blessed we are to be able to get up every morning, put our feet on the floor, and go about our day. We overlook everything that we do, Lord. We forget that it's because of you that we even have the breath in our lungs to get up and do things. We overlook everything, and, we just want to do whatever we want to do, Lord, and we don't sit back and think about all the others and what they're going through. Father, it's so easy to be distracted in our own lives and our own world, and Father, we know that we should just seek you with every moment. Father, we know that you tell us in your word to have faith of a mustard seed and we can move mountains. Well, Lord, I want everybody that hears the sound of my voice to right now to pray for Noelle tonight and her family and everybody going through what her and her family is going through. Lord, we know that you are the ultimate physician. You are the ultimate doctor. You can heal her, Lord. And just everything she's been through, Lord, I just pray that you give her the strength to carry on, give her parents the strength to carry on. And Lord, just help guide those doctors. Let them make the right decisions. Father, I just thank you so much for the health that my family has and just everybody, Lord. And I just pray that these people seek you in everything they do, that they seek you first. Father, I pray all of this in Jesus Christ's perfect name. Amen.
Amen. Thank you, brother.
Sorry, man. That was going to,
Well,
it was just sitting here weighing on me.
I'm glad you
Literally,
done it. I appreciate it, and the family appreciates it. And if anybody's got a problem with it, turn the channel. It's that simple. That's why I do a Bible verse before every show, and people that know me know where I stand. So that's pretty. Mr. Mark Flint said amen. So, we got a lot of Christian people that.
Yeah, man. I just hope everybody prays for that girl. And, I pray for everybody, a big blanket around them. But, man, just sit back and think how lucky we are. Literally for just everything, just the smallest little things. I don't know. Spending time in Western North Carolina made me really appreciate all the things I have. And not just that, but we just overlook everything. Just waking up in the mornings, literally just waking up
is a blessing.
It is a blessing. It's, he's way better to us than what we deserve. I talk about that often. And
that's what Josh Baker.
It weighs on me.
Josh Baker with Mule Skinner Trucking. He's better than what I deserve. All right, so we got our Nate. He's ready, but real quick, and we'll discuss this later on, and like when we talk on your segment when we got more time. I have not forgot because he has become pretty popular on the show. Actually, we've had him on a lot. We messed in the last few weeks. Is Burt Myers. He has a ride in the Clash too, as well as Tim Brown. And Burt will be driving the number 50 Amerivet Chevrolet, sponsored by Citrus Safe and Pinnacle Financial Partners. So we'll talk about Burt, and congratulations to Burt. Burt, Tim. That's pretty cool that we got our guys that's going to be a part of that.
It's awesome.
So we do appreciate our be able to cheer for our hometown boys, and I hope both of them make the race, and I hope they stink it all up.
I hope they drive away from the field and finish 1-2, and I don't care what order it is.
Wreck Carl Larson, wreck Denny Hamlin, no, I'm just kidding.
They can't put them in the barrel.
Do you want to do a commercial, or do you want to go straight to Kyle?
Go straight to Kyle.
Go straight to Kyle. Let's bring him on. Go ahead, caller. You're on the air.
What's up, fellas?
Kyle Southern, how are you, man?
What's up, buddy?
Good. How about y'all?
Well, we had a little church over here, and just happy to be alive. And I was talking with Ryan Putnam the other day, and then I got to reading on Facebook, and I seen this new sponsor deal you got going on. I'm like, man, that's a big deal. And also, it's a big deal just to race in this race. And I've told all the modified drivers that's been on our Cookout Clash at Bowman Gray COUNTDOWN. I've said the same thing to them that I'm going to say to you, Kyle. This is a big deal for you, your family, your spotter, Ryan, everybody involved, for Richard Childress Vineyards. He'll be there. But what's pretty cool to me, and Jonathan being in the race as well, is every one of y'all are going to have every cup driver that's going to be competing. They're going to be there and they're going to be watching y'all. So I'm not a driver, of course, but man, pretty cool, huh?
It is, man. I think it's almost like back when the bush drivers and your local guy could compete against them. So it's kind of going back old school. I'm an old school guy, so I love it.
Yeah. So I want you to tell us about this sponsorship with Richard Childress and the Childress Vineyards and all that. How did this come about, man? That's kind of a big deal.
I got a great PR team and great friends, man, and opportunity presented itself, and we were able to make it happen.
I seen the announcement. I'm like, man, is this a one race deal as of now?
As of now, yeah. As of now.
What would it mean to Kyle Southern to win the modified Cookout Classic at Bowman Gray Stadium the weekend of the Clash? What would it mean to you, your wife, your kids, everybody involved?
It would mean the world to me, man. We're not a heavily funded team, so sometimes you got to work a little harder than the next guy and be resourceful about, parts. And, I know JB can tell you this. I've called him for parts and, just got to love it, man. I mean, honestly, just, we're not doing this for the money or anything else. We're doing it because we love racing. We love the competition, and I love the track.
Absolutely. Yeah, you definitely got to love it. It's funny when you said that we're not doing it for the money. Multiple people said, man, that's a big race. What's it pay? I was like, I don't know what it pays. What do you mean you don't know what it pays? I was like, I ain't got a clue. It could be $100 or it might cost $5,000 to win it. I don't know what it pays, but you go to win it.
That's it.
Now, Kyle, you've come a long way in a short amount of time with your modified, man. That thing, there was times last year. I mean, the modified's a big learning curve. Obviously, you had the Sportsman deal pretty dialed in, but the modified, I tell people it's the easiest thing you'll ever drive because it's low, light, everything's left, and it's got lots of power, lots of grip. But there's just something a little different about the way you got to drive them with a little bit of finesse to really make them go fast. To where that Sportsman car, you could just kind of wrestle it around there to go fast. But you've definitely picked up on it, man. And I've always said this: the race car don't know how it got there. To the hauler don't matter. It don't know what kind of shocks are on it or who built the engine or none of that. You put the nuts and bolts in the right place and drive the thing, and it'll make speed for sure. And you got it, man. I mean, I know most of your program's pretty top notch. So being underfunded, I understand. I come from that myself, but you definitely picked her up there pretty quick, man. Y'all had that thing looking pretty good last year, so I think that first win's coming.
It,
oh yeah.
Well, Kyle,
it definitely helps.
Go ahead,
people
Kyle.
Around who definitely helps having brother-in-law Link and Brian Lofton and the Loftons around to help, to help the learning curve, to speed it up there, and to trust you got a good car. You can just go out there and worry about driving, and I've never had that. I've always been my own crew chief, my own driver. So after practice, I'm jumping out with my helmet on, making adjustments and stuff, and it's nice just it takes a lot of pressure off of me, which I didn't think I had pressure on me, but once I kind of stepped back and kind of gave the reins to Link, it definitely I definitely feel like we turned the corner there.
Fumble.
Yeah.
That's tough to do, to just say it's a little snug, it's needs to roll better here, or a little free, need a little drive, and not be in your own wheelhouse trying to figure out how to make it work and get out and make the adjustment. It's nice to be able to just tell someone what it's doing, let them make the decision and trust that decision. And obviously with Link, you got a really good one there.
That you hit it on the head there. I mean, I think as drivers, we want one thing, and we have I think we all have our own feel, that we want to feel in a car, and when you don't, it's hard to trust in somebody else to, when you've never had that,
Absolutely. Yep.
Y'all
so
are
you make the kind of second guessing your adjustment all the way up till time. And I feel like with Link, I don't got to worry about that. He makes the adjustment. I trust him, and
it's almost. Now, Jay Hitchcock told me a long time ago. He said it's almost better if you're going to be a driver to know nothing about the car, because when somebody makes that adjustment, or you hear what adjustment's being made, you automatically in your head think that ain't right. You never think,
Y'all are
that's the
weird.
way to go.
Y'all are weird.
Drivers
All of
are
you.
weird.
Y'all
Absolutely.
are just, listen, man, somebody will tell y'all. I'm talking to you, Kyle, and I'm talking to you sitting next to me. And I've seen it with you, JB. 0.2 faster. Well, it don't feel right. You're 0.2 faster. I'm looking at it on the clock. It don't feel right. Well, I don't care what it feels right. I'm sitting here looking at the clock. You're 0.2 faster. Well, it don't feel right. I'm not happy with it. And then you want to go back to where you're comfortable in that car. So when someone comes along and they say, look, this is what we need. I guess what I'm saying though is when it is a little bit faster, whether it's 0.2 or 1/10 and it's a little faster, some of y'all are so used to it being a certain way, it's hard to adjust when someone like Justin Link says, Kyle, listen, we're 0.3 quicker on this clock. And then Kyle's like, well, it sure don't feel like it. Well, it don't matter what you feel, just go with it. So y'all are crazy the way it's pretty interesting how all of y'all are set in your ways, but you're going to trust and put your faith and your hope into someone else that what they're saying, even though it's different for you and you, Kyle, the driver, you just got to go with it.
That's it.
Yeah, every driver is definitely different for sure.
Yeah, absolutely.
Messer, want something different.
I want to tell him, Eric Messer, that picture that you got up, that's a good picture. I like that picture a lot. Man, I don't know if you can see it, Kyle, but Messer's got him one of you.
That's one of my favorites from the season.
Yes.
That is not Kyle.
Is it not?
Nope.
Yeah, it is.
That's Wesley Thompson.
Where?
Is it really?
It's the same white suit.
Yeah.
I can tell you that's not inside of a Troyer car.
We'll work on it.
Leave it to the tree cutter to realize that. Cool picture though, Kyle. You'd have to see it to appreciate it.
There is nothing
bad,
like
he saw the white suit and just went with it. It's
My
okay.
bad.
Regardless of who it is, that is
It's
a
great
great
picture.
Master. Now I wonder how many people's going, look at them idiots. They got a picture of Wesley Thompson up.
Wesley will appreciate it.
Yeah, Wesley's getting some free coverage. Oh, Wesley Thompson. Well, he's something. Look who's watching. Say hey to Buddy Ellis.
Kyle.
Say,
I don't see Buddy on here.
Yeah, you're probably on your page.
Hey, Buddy Ellis.
Buddy Ellis is watching. Hey, Mr. Buddy. Ashley Flippin. That's my little buddy there. Yeah. Messer, I love you, dude. That was great. Look at that car. There Kyle.
He is. That's him right there. See that white driving suit in there? That is Kyle Southern right there. Hey, Kyle. What is the biggest difference moving from sportsman to the modified? What was the biggest thing you noticed difference? The biggest difference you noticed, I guess.
I think, like you said, is the way the cars drive. With the sportsman car, it's all momentum. I mean, you don't got a lot of motor with the crate motor. So it's really just all about momentum. Whereas the modified, like you said, you do have to finesse it a little more and know when to go and when to sit down and ride.
Mm-hmm. And that's a tough part right there, figuring out when to ride and when to go, and did I hold enough to be able to go when it's time to go? That was always tough for me.
I feel like, you can see them in like these cars here, these modifieds. You can drive them yawed up off the corner, but you're not going to drive them very long.
Not like that, no.
Corner.
Nope.
And where the sportsman cars, you can still make speed.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So I'm amazed that when I go to those morning practices and just really I can watch and observe that I'm every time I've seen it 6,438 times, but I'm still so amazed that when y'all come off of 4 and how much horsepower and how you handle. I don't know how you do it. Don't care how you do it, but it's so intriguing every time I see it to watch y'all go from turn 4 down into 1, and then watch you come down into off of 2 down into 3, and how quick and the horsepower. I'm just like, man, y'all are nuts, all of you. It's so intriguing to me to watch that. And
They definitely jump.
And I like to look when y'all coming down off of 2 down that backstretch. I like to see who drives it in the furthest. I have marked. Well, now I don't. It's different. I'm gonna have to make me some different little. I'm gonna get a Sharpie and put y'all's initials on there when ain't nobody looking to practice. But I had these marks that I would look at how far, people would drive it in, and you know what, Brandon Ward, man, I mean,
Lee Jeffries wins that award.
Yeah, he
Lee
does
Jeffries
drive it
wins
in
that
too.
award. Yeah, he ain't afraid to drive.
All of y'all, it's crazy to me how far y'all drive it in. But anyway, very, very interesting to me how you do that. It's so Kyle, you excited?
I am, man.
You pumped up,
I'm ready
huh?
to get back on. I am.
What about your wife? She happy?
Oh yeah. My littlest one, he's tickled to death to go back.
Yeah, I
to
was
the
just
little
fixing to ask
racetrack.
about the kids. I know they ready.
Oh yeah.
That's
Real quick.
Go ahead. The show is yours.
Childress Vineyards. They have they're running like a promotional deal. Childress Vineyards is offering all Classic and Clash ticket holders a free champion tasting with proof of ticket. It ends Monday, February 3rd. For those without tickets to the Clash, they're offering a watch party at Childress Vineyards on Sunday starting at 6. For tickets to that, go to childressvineyards.com.
That's a big deal.
Go ahead and give all that out. So they're going to have a watch party on February the 2nd for the Clash, for the Cookout Clash at Bowman Gray.
Yeah.
All right. So
Starting at, get your tickets at childressvineyards.com.
Mm-hmm.
And they're also offering, for the Classic and Clash ticket holders, a free champion tasting with proof of ticket. So you take them your ticket, and you'll get to try some wine.
So let's try some local Childress Vineyard wine, huh?
That's it.
That's
I know it ain't time for it, but they got some good wine slushies in the summertime.
Oh yeah,
They're good.
I've never drank wine. Not even when I was a drinker, I never just, but a lot of people do. So there you go. Once again, tell them again, Kyle, the watch party information.
All right. Childress Vineyards is offering all Classic and Clash ticket holders a free champion tasting with proof of ticket. That deal ends Monday, February 3rd. And for those without tickets to the Clash, they're having a watch party at Childress Vineyards on Sunday, starting at 6. Hit up childressvineyards.com for tickets to that, to the watch party.
All right. Will you have any information regarding that on your Facebook page?
I will. Yeah.
Get the PR department on that. Tell them that needs to be up before this show goes off the air at 9.
Yes, sir.
Tell them Chris Carter said, get on it, PR people. Yeah, that's a big deal, man. I'm super proud for you. And you said it earlier yourself, smaller team, smaller budget, but for Richard Childress, and this is in his backyard, man. This is a big deal for Richard and Austin Dillon as well, man. It's a big deal for, just like Ryan Sparks, who's going to be our next guest. He's competition director, crew chief for Justin Haley. A big deal for Sparks. There's a lot of people, and you look at the history of Childress and the story, and Chocolate Myers is going to be on next weekend or next Tuesday during our live show. That's Childress and being on your car and sponsoring a modified is, to me, you're a blessed man, and that's I like it. I like it a lot.
I am. I'm very grateful for the opportunities, and really all my partners this year. There's been several that stepped up, and I can't thank those guys enough.
Who all you got on board for this year so far, Kyle?
We got Childress Vineyards, L&R Transmissions, Tobacco Ridge Clearing, Grading, and Septic, PB Clark's Family Restaurant, the Kennels at Southern Farm, Old North State Tattoo, Nelson's Garage, Performance Machine and Fab, and Tony's Competition Engines. Pretty solid lineup, and I'll say for this early in the season, we're almost full.
That's a good feeling.
Do you know anything about that?
That never happened.
Do you know anything about that Tony's engines, Jonathan?
I know Tony is covered up with work right now. I think Kyle knows that as well.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Tony's covered up right now. Tony's great, man. He is.
He is.
Tony's a racer. I like that. Tony's went above and beyond for a lot of guys, whether he builds their stuff or not. He's one of those guys that'll just get in there and help. He doesn't mind one bit.
Absolutely.
Well, I said it last year, and I'm going to say it last year. This year, Kyle Southern, not one, at least 2 wins this year. There is no reason, in my opinion, that maybe even more. I expect to see you in victory lane. I will see you in victory lane. I was adamant about it last year, and I'm going to be even more adamant about it this year. You deserve it. You drive well. You show respect. You know, heck, you've been in this position, and I've done said it last few weeks. Madhouse being back on the air, and you know, you look like you was like 13 years old in that show.
I've never watched it.
And Bo looks like he weighed 90 pounds whenever they'd show him. But you know how far. But you've been where Kyle Southern's at.
Oh, yeah.
In my opinion, that Kyle coming up from the Sportsman do this modified craziness, in my opinion, has shown a lot of respect, and I believe the other drivers respect him just as well, the way he's presented himself and drove on that racetrack.
And Kyle knows this. I'm speaking to the choir, but once you get that first one out of the way, the rest of them just seem to come so much easier. It's like once you cross that hurdle that you know you can do it, okay, now I've done it, it just seems like, okay, I know I can do it now, so let's go do it again this week.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
I mean, even before I ever won a modified race, every week I thought I'm going to win. Like that was my mindset, is I'm not going to finish second, I'm going to win. And, you know, and I've always told myself, if I get to where I don't feel like that, I think we can run fifth. I just will not go because I want to go win.
No.
But once you get that first one, man, I'm with Chris. I really thought you was going to get a win or two last year, but you got all the stuff, the right things. Yeah, right. Everything's in the right spots. It's just got to all come together. But you'll definitely get it, man. It's right there. You're knocking on the door.
Bobo Brown. Your brother, boy, he's something else. He's a handful, ain't he?
He is that.
Oh, me. Well, Kyle, man, look, as always, I love having you on. Listen, I'm going to ask you, just like everybody, please, if you can, make time. I'd love, bring the wife, bring the kids. Y'all come out next weekend and support our live show. This is our Cookout Clash at Bowman Gray Countdown, brought to you by H&H Auto Repair. And I would like to have a good showing. Chris Weaver's going to be there. There'll be news people there. And I want people to see what we're doing, how much we love that. Well, you know, a lot of people, if you've noticed, those keyboard warriors, it's kind of slimmed down a little bit. I don't see and hear much complaining about the track. I believe everybody's finally accepted this is it. This is what we got to deal with. It's what you got to deal with, Kyle. It's what you've got to deal with. You'll make the best of it, or you just won't race it. It's pretty simple. But I'm excited about everything that's going on. I want everybody, all of you listeners out there, make your plans. Come and join us live at Thunder Road Bar and Grill, the gathering place to go together next Tuesday night at 7. Kyle, bring your wife, bring your kids, bring your crew chief, your friend, bring Justin Ling. I want all y'all to come out, and we'll get everybody up on stage to talk at some point. We're gonna have a good time, man. I'd love you to be there.
Will do.
But if you one more time, if you would, I want you to talk about what Childress Vineyards is doing for the watch party, and then one more time, give a shout out to family, friends, and sponsors, if you would, please.
All right. Childress Vineyards is offering all Classic and Clash ticket holders a free champion tasting with proof of ticket. That deal ends Monday, February 3rd. And for those without tickets to the Clash, they're going to have a watch party at Childress Vineyards starting at 6 for the Clash. And visit childressvineyards.com for tickets. Got to give a big shout out to Childress Vineyards, Bobby and the guys at L&R Transmissions, Tobacco Ridge, PB Clark, the Kennels at Southern Farm, Old North State Tattoo, Nelson's Garage, Performance Machine and Fab. Big shout out to Tony, Link, my crew, Stevie, my dad. Got to give a big shout out to my wife for keeping us fed and running the PR, and just everyone who has a hand in this deal. Really couldn't do it without everybody.
It takes a village.
All right. So what are you going to tell your wife? What do you tell your wife the second you hang up the phone?
I love you and
Put
thank you
it
for
on
the snacks.
Facebook.
Chris Carter said,
I love you.
Yes,
I need
number
you to put
one.
it on Facebook.
and how good supper was, even if she didn't cook. And but yeah, put it up there so we can all share it and promote that for you. And man, Kyle, you're a class act, buddy. I think a lot of you, and thank you for being on the show. And looking forward to seeing you here in about 12 days.
Yes, sir. I appreciate you having me.
Well, I hope I see you in a week, next Tuesday.
You'll see me or I'll come find you.
There you go. Good deal. All right, brother. See you. Thank you again, Kyle.
Yes, sir. See y'all.
See you, buddy.
Good guy. So, when you drove for this man, Buddy Ellis, that's what I was showing you. First, let's just blow a kiss to Ronnie Clifton.
Mr. Smooth's on there.
Yeah, boy, he don't miss. We was talking about him earlier.
Well, he missed that.
Ronnie Clifton was talking about Bubba Pollard.
It was all bad, Ronnie. It was all bad.
He knows better.
He knows better.
If anybody talks bad about,
I don't know of anybody that could say anything bad about Ronnie Clifton.
No. But yeah, we was talking about the move that Bubba Pollard did to win Speed Fest for the fourth year in a row. Jonathan said it reminded him of Ronnie Clifton, how he done it.
It was smooth.
So here's your step cousin, Johnny Tilley, who we love.
We do love Johnny.
Heck
ATV,
yeah, I
a
do.
longtime sponsor of mine.
Yep. Johnny Tilley's a good guy. He's so sports oriented.
Friend. He's family.
I've got that. Tomorrow, if you want to call me, Johnny, and I'll bring that picture tomorrow. I don't have nothing to do all day. So call me and I'll come to you. Let's see here. Let's see. What's up, fellas? Let's go grab a checkered flag. That's Johnny Tilley. Thank you for tuning in, Johnny. Appreciate it. Michelle Grant Whitaker, thank you for tuning in. Roger Alley. Brandon Krotz, Bowman Gray Ladies Auxiliary is hosting the 29th Annual Mystery Bowling Tournament Saturday, February 8th at Northside Lanes in Winston-Salem at 6 p.m. So we love our Bowman Gray Ladies Auxiliary. We appreciate them. They work hard in doing the things that they do for not just the fans and the drivers at Bowman Gray Stadium. They put on our banquet every year. We appreciate them. So once again, the Bowman Gray Ladies Auxiliary is hosting the 29th Annual Mystery Bowling Tournament Saturday, February the 8th. That's the weekend after the Clash at Northside Lanes in Winston-Salem. And if y'all can make it, y'all please do and support those ladies. And thank you for sharing that with us, Brandon Krotz. And here's your Uncle Mark Flint. Hey, Jon Boy, where my buddy Owen? He ought to be there between you and Chris. You know what? He's right. You should have brought Owen.
Owen would be good. He'd probably have to bring an entourage with him.
But would he clam up?
Everybody, no. Owen's a talker. He's a natural.
Yeah.
He's a natural.
Ronnie Clifton said, hey, JB and CC, Todd Lawson, and Paul Tillman. Is this Paul Tillman like my Paul Tillman from, hold on, if that's Paul Tillman from Pascagoula, man, what's up? If that's Paul Tillman from Pascagoula, I'll never forget in high school, man, he's a big old dude, man. And he'd eat 3 whole pizzas by himself. I promise that dude could eat.
He was hungry.
I'll go to my grave talking about Paul Tillman the way it is. Good friend of mine from back home. Sawyer says, hey, JB.
So I don't see all that stuff.
Are you
Who's Sawyer?
You're on your page, huh?
Well, I don't know what else to be on. What else do I need to be on?
Well, if you want to see these, you can go on my page on Talking Circles. But it's different crowd on there.
Okay.
Dean Blevins. Sawyer says, hey, JB.
Sawyer's the man. Sawyer's a heck of a little racer, too.
Yeah.
And he's a good ball player. And he has an excellent attitude.
Let's have him on the show for our Cam's
Dude,
Corner.
Sawyer would be great.
Line that up. Sawyer can be on the show. I do a Cam's Corner. I didn't have a kid today. Master gave me a good idea, and it didn't hit me till late. That's all on me. But our Cam's Corner, brought to you by Pulliam's Hot Dogs and Barbecue, is going to be the phone lines open. Y'all can talk to JB or whatever. Okay, so Eric Engelbert, here we go, y'all. You ready?
Yeah.
Here we're going to do it. $50. It says, hey, man, if you get this before the show goes off, $50 giveaway for the Burt Myers number 50 cup card to the number 50 caller. Messer's going to love that. Hey, this is Choice Tire and Automotive Studios, and he's like, we have to do what he says. Yeah, so that's how we'll do that. That'd later really tonight. So Choice Tire and Automotive, because we are coming to you live from the Choice Tire and Automotive Studios here in Kernersville, North Carolina. So y'all can't go nowhere. We're going to be giving away $50 cash. You'll be able to go to Choice Tire and Automotive Studios on 66 in Kernersville. Drew Moffitt, Blake Woods, Sup, JB and Chris Carter. Look, Jonathan Brown's watching.
I just figured it out.
Man.
I didn't think me and you was friends on here. Here we are. Uh-oh.
The show is on your page.
I know, but I forgot you had your own page. I'm kidding.
All right, listen, he has never done this, and you even said it. My producer, man, he's amazing. He's got this phone. It's almost like the cue cards, but he can pull up right there, commercial. So with that being said, I do what my producer wants, and thank you for being here, man. We're having fun. We got a little bit to go. Got Ryan Sparks coming up next. We're going to take a commercial break.
Bo's going to love that.
Oh, yeah. We'll be right back. Y'all don't go nowhere. If you need your hot dog experience to go to a whole new level, then you need to check out Pulliam's Hot Dogs and Barbecue, because when it comes to hot dogs, it doesn't get more iconic than Pulliam's. Pulliam's Hot Dogs and Barbecue has been in business since 1910, which makes them part of the fabric of the Triad area, and their recipe hasn't changed in 114 years. Same barbecue, same slaw, same hot dogs. Pulliam's is located at 4400 Old Walkertown Road in Winston-Salem, and their hours are Tuesday through Saturday from 10 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. Come chill at the grill and enjoy yourself with family and friends at Pulliam's Hot Dogs and Barbecue. Hey everybody, it's Chris Carter, host of Talking Circles with Chris Carter and an announcer here at the historic Bowman Gray Stadium. And I want to just take 1 second, if I could please, to tell you all about Velasta. I've discovered Velasta. I'm now day 18 of taking this amazing product. I had Sam Shepard on my podcast 3 weeks ago. And once again, I've had arthritis of my spine and my knees, and I've been able to get around. It's made such a difference in my life. I had these things on my elbow that are basically gone away now. So go to Velasta.net, check this amazing product. I promise you'll thank me. Velasta.net, Velasta Racing. Y'all go check them out. It has made such a difference in my life. I'm telling you, my way of living has changed drastically in only 17 days. Check them out, Velasta.net. I want y'all to listen to that guitar. That's what you call ripping right there, brother. That song's called Hurricane. That is Fox and V. That is a local band right here in this Winston-Salem, Kernersville Triad area. And if any of y'all play in a local band or know of a local band and want their music used to go to commercial break and come back on this show, we would love to support local music. We got a caller yet?
We do not.
Sparks, wake up. Wake up,
He's
Sparks.
probably busy. I bet he's turning wrenches.
Good chance,
Or either he's out riding wheelies on the goose. I don't know. One of the two.
Okay, he's good. 1 minute. All right, so anyway, so we've had a good show so far. I want to remind y'all, if you're just now tuning in, Johnny Tilley said Eric is the best. I need some tires. Need that discount. Mama Lou Brown says hello. Messer is good, but not good at picking drivers' pictures. That's Bobo. Oh, Bobo Brown. Your uncle's watching, Messer. Brian Robertson.
Yeah.
Your
So
uncle.
which one?
Your uncle. Yeah. I give him a lot of nephews and uncles and cousins. Then my buddy Steve, 5 Points Tire and Auto Repair. All right, once again, you gotta tune in and we're gonna do 50th caller wins $50 cash in a little while. And that's gonna be on our Midway Dry Cleaners phone lines. What's up, Bryant? Messer take Brian Sykes. Look, we got Bryant Robertson, Bryant Sykes, Zach Staley's coming back. We've got
Bobo Brown's in the
they're getting the
chat.
crew
You
back
basically got the whole street stock.
so we got
In
Billy
here.
They're all coming back. Brian Sykes is coming out of retirement. Zach Staley's coming back. Bryant Robertson's going to be in it. This is going to be a good year.
Brian's my buddy, man. I'm excited to see him come back.
Yeah, Brian.
And Bryant's going to run street stock, right?
Yeah,
believe-
that-
I
Or
believe so,
sportsman.
yeah.
What's he going to run?
Brian's going to run a street stop.
Brian Sykes
Yeah.
is going to race?
Yes.
Oh, I didn't know that.
It's like
I'm
it's-
behind times, brother. I feel like I've been
Where
in
you
a
been?
dungeon working on a car for a few weeks or something.
They
It's crazy.
haven't made this official announcement yet, but from what I'm reading, when Zach Staley announced he's coming back, and then Billy Gregg talked, and then there come Brian Sykes Jr. and Nate messing with him like the young bucks versus the old men. And it's crazy that Brian Sykes, who listening to him, is the old men, Billy Gregg and them against Brian Jr., Nate Gregg. It's just going to be one. We're all going to get in the middle. You know what we should do first race?
We're going to have to get Bo a car. Bo, let's work on it, man. Bo would be all about it. I feel quite sure.
Yeah, I know.
He would be all about it. I didn't know that about Brian, but that's great. I'm glad he's coming back.
I think we should all get together before for a Talking Circles
So
live
you're not
video.
sorry, you're not talking about Junior.
Brian Sykes,
okay.
right there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's like senior. Yep.
The Four Horsemen. I see it now. I'm delayed over here, man.
So I think we
It's
should
iPhone
all,
2.
the first race, before we race, we'll all get together and hold hands and sing Kumbaya.
Y'all should do that.
Yeah,
Yes.
real
Live.
Y'all should do that.
Real quick, Mark Flint. He said, ask Mesker about the walking jumbo hot dog he saw today. we were at Pulliam's doing some filming, and all of a sudden Mark comes out in his hot dog costumes and starts dancing around the diner.
Mark Flint did?
Mark Flint. Yeah, I got video of it. I
You need to show that.
it's on my camera, but I'll get it during the next commercial.
Gwen.
Yeah, I have to see
That's your
that.
Uncle Mark. Yep.
But I believe we have your next guest ready.
Okay, we will pray for you, Brian, but it's good to have y'all back. Well, we got plenty of time before the season starts to talk to all of y'all and talk about it. But Brian Sparks.
Hey, what's happening?
Sparky, what's up, man?
It's all about you. You doing all right tonight?
Man, it's about you, brother. I'm doing good. I appreciate you being on tonight. It means a lot to me, as you know. So, look, I'm just going to jump right into it. Here's a question. Ask Sparky about jumping a frozen cow patty on the Diamondback. Don't ask what we were doing, though.
Man, we go way back. We had a pretty fun neighborhood back in the day and used to get into some mischief. from time to time, but we had some good times for sure.
Ryan rode the Goose. The
Right.
Goose. It was like
That's right.
if you thought about a 80s Mongoose bike, white, blue, is that right, Ryan? White and blue, right? I just remember it was the Goose.
It had like some white and blue pads, and it was like chrome.
Okay.
With like some blue stickers on it. It was pretty sweet.
It was pretty sweet, but it was the Goose. And we all got where we was going to throw our bikes down, not Sparks. He set that thing up. He took care of it. The Goose.
I've not. So he's been this meticulous for a long time
yeah.
then, right?
Oh,
yeah.
Yep.
Well, man, Brian, well, I guess we could sit there. Bobo Brown had put that on the comments, though, and I was kind of scared to even ask about it. But
Yeah. That's as much
Well,
details
yeah, you
as
never
we
know
go
what you're gonna
into.
get with Bo for sure.
That's right.
Right. Well, Ryan, man, I was saying earlier, I mentioned you earlier, even before you was on, I said it a couple of weeks ago. This is, I feel like this is a big deal with the Cookout Clash at Bowman Gray coming to your hometown to Winston-Salem. It has to mean a lot to you, man.
Yeah, always coming back to the place where you kind of cut your teeth and grew up is pretty special. Unfortunately, we've not been the greatest at short tracks, but we've brought on a lot of new personnel over the off season, and the engineers have all been working together extremely hard. And they know how much it means to me and some of the other guys that kind of grew up short track racing around here. And we want to kind of start the year off strong and just show the world what we're about and how hard we've been working. But it would mean a heck of a lot to get that first W as a company at Bowman Gray Stadium for sure.
Carson Hocevar.
No doubt. That kid is something special.
I'm telling you.
Unique talent, and I think he's got a lot to prove, and he's a generational talent in my opinion, and it's fun to kind of watch him. He's still a kid, and he does so many dumb things outside the car, but we love him, and we're excited to get him back behind the wheel, that's for sure.
So now let's just be real with each other. I said it before, how much I love Carson Hocevar. And he outside the car, but he has had in the past, he has done some pretty dumb things inside the car, but this is what I love about him. He'll own it. He'll own it. He'll say, the microphone in his face, he'll say, God, I don't know what I was thinking. And I admire that. There's a lot of people, well, it wasn't my fault. Hocevar will own it when he was in super late models, late model stocks. I've always been a fan of his. But he's definitely, in my opinion, you're going to have to keep your eye on that guy at Bowman Gray. He's just a short track whiz, in my opinion.
Yeah, he's not afraid to use the bumper either, and I'd much rather have to pull the reins back a little bit than try to get him on the gas. So he's definitely trending in the right direction, and I'm sure we'll make some people mad while we're there, but that's what it's all about, right?
Now you're with Justin Haley this year, is that correct?
No, so I've stepped down. No crew chiefing for me.
Okay,
this year.
just a competition director.
Over to the competition director. Rodney Childress in on the 7. Obviously, accomplished a ton throughout his career with Kevin Harvick and other drivers. back at Evernham in the day, and so it's nice to have him along and his experience, and just working with him and Travis Peterson on the 71, and then Luke back with Hocevar this year in the 77. It's just giving those guys the tools they need to perform, and it's a little different role than I'm used to. Still trying to find my way a little bit, but excited just to be an asset and still be a part of it.
So just announced last week the big news of someone that I am very, very, very close to. I've been a part of this team, been a part of this family since he was 11 years old. Y'all made the announcement about my 14-year-old wheelman, Tristan McKee, as a Spire Motorsports driver development program. Been kind of knowing about that. Been hard to be quiet about it, but I am so excited. I want to thank not yourself and everybody involved, and this being y'all having a driver development program and getting such a good kid, because Tristan McKee, I seen something special in him. That's why I told Kel Gill, you need to be a part of this, bud, and it happened. And I'm excited about where y'all are going to be able to lead this young man, because he's going to be a talent people are going to have to deal with in years to come.
Yeah, I agree. Obviously we keep our eyes on the talent pool of young kids growing up, and he's the future, right? And we're hoping we can, advise them and groom them and help them along the way progress. it's been awesome to see what he's done over the last couple of years, and excited to see what he can do this year. I think we'll have some pretty cool things throughout the year that we can announce that he'll get to do. So excited for him. He's a great young man. Met his father too. Really nice people, and excited to work with those guys.
Yeah, Lane's a good guy. You know, about, I don't know, what was it, Messer? About a month ago, I was sitting around on Sunday watching football, and it's hard to get me off the couch on a football day. And Lane called me up, and he's like, man, I'm going to fly over. You want to go flying for a little bit? I'm like, it's not often you have a friend that calls you and tells you he's going to fly over. He wants to go get something to eat, which, of course, we went to Pulliam's because that's close to the airport. And we was in North Wilkesboro in that plane in about 12 minutes. It was crazy just flying all over and looking around. So, yeah, his dad's, I've got to be good friends with the family, good people. So I'm excited for that. Racing at your home track, being competition director, do you have words of wisdom that you'll provide any of these guys, Ryan?
Yeah. I mean, I feel like, honestly, just handling wise, if you can get off turn 2, I think that's kind of the main deal. A lot of these Cup guys are kind of worried about the track, how it kind of juts out going into 3, and then not so much off of 4, but they seem to be focused on, kind of going into turn 3 a little bit. And it's kind of natural. It's always been that way. I think it's probably a little exaggerated with the new soft walls, but I don't know. I guess I'm just used to seeing it. So really just, focusing on some setup attributes to make sure we can get in the corner. The track's going to be super cold. It's going to be fighting grip. So I think it's going to be interesting, but being able to get in the corner hard and just be able to protect that bottom is going to be important. So excited to just kind of get back and step back and watch the Cup cars on my home track. I don't know how many years it's been. It's been quite some time, but it's going to be fun to be a part of it.
I think for all racing that weekend, track position is going to be about everything. And the thing about, I've heard so much negative about the track, and I've went over there and looked at it myself. And like you said, the wall it's always had that kick out. It may be a little more exaggerated now, but the good news is everybody's on the same racetrack. The wall's in the same spot for everybody. So it's like the walls at every racetrack. Just don't run into it. Just figure it out.
Yeah, that's
and
right.
Move forward.
100%. And I think the track looks awesome.
Really
just
does.
growing up over there, I think they've cleaned it up. It looks great. I think all the fans should just be excited about the upgrades, and just kind of, I'm hearing that they're planning on keeping all that just like it is, for the rest of the year. So excited to just, see Bowman Gray get some upgrades. I think the lights they improved on it. A lot of good things happening. So a lot to be excited about.
A lot of big improvements. And yeah, so from my understanding is everything's going to stay, obviously all the walls and the catch fence and the lights and all the cool stuff. I hope the transponders hang around. That'd be pretty awesome. But I bet we'll go back to line scoring. But anyway, it does look awesome.
If we could maybe eliminate them.
Yeah, that'd be pretty cool too. I think you put some 500s and 200s on that Cup car, you'll be good, bud. You'll be right in the ballpark.
I can't reveal all my secrets.
No, I get it, but
over there. But,
that thing being a little heavier, I may would bump them up a little per corner, but you know what to do. You've been part of many wins over there with Bobby Hutchins and been around there long enough. You know what it takes to win over there.
Man, I've had some of my most fun times racing over there, and then, as you know, it can be some of the worst times as well. But it's kind of what molded me, and that's really just racing, right? The highs and lows, and I tell you, that place, it can bring out the best and worst in people, and I've lived both sides of it. But I wouldn't trade the memories I've had over there over the years for nothing.
Man, you're absolutely right. It can definitely bring out the highest of highs and the lowest of lows. But there's nothing like that place. Here's a question somebody asked, Ryan. I was actually going to ask you what you thought about this, but what do you think the lap times is going to be for the Cup cars? You've been around them long enough to kind of know. You think they're going to run street stock times, or what are you thinking? So a modified, just say an average lap's of 1350. We'll drop off and run high 13s in the race.
I think you kind of look at like the difference at Martinsville, versus modifieds and Cups. Obviously, they don't have as long a straightaway, so they don't have the opportunity to take advantage of that light car and all that horsepower in the modified. So maybe not as drastic as Martinsville lap time difference, which I think is probably about a second there. So I'm thinking maybe around 14 flats or something like that. It's just so hard to predict with the cold temperatures, right? Because we really don't have that much data points over there in the cold, even the modified. So it'll be interesting to see those guys on track, and it may help us validate a little bit kind of what we're seeing in simulation for grip level and just kind of understanding how fast we're going to go.
Let me ask you this, Ryan, and we like I told you when we was texting, this is the Cookout Clash at Bowman Gray Countdown here on Talking Circles with Chris Carter, and I've had a lot of modifieds because I definitely want to promote our drivers. I've been telling them all, there's no doubt in my mind, and can you verify or say, am I close to being correct or not, that a lot of those Cup drivers are going to be watching what those modified guys do? Yes or no?
Oh, sure. They'll be watching just to kind of see tendencies and kind of their approach and things like that. Obviously, it's totally different. They're probably going to be jealous that they're not in real race cars more than anything. So
they're all going to want
I'm
one.
a modified guy at heart. And, of course, they're going to wish they were in one, that's for sure. Those things are so awesome. I don't never been behind the wheel, but I definitely enjoy working on them, that's for sure.
Going back to the lap times, it's interesting they said that because, Bert and Lee last week was estimating mid to high 14s for the modifieds with the
grip level.
with a dirty track and a cold weather and everything.
Yep.
Yeah, I think obviously even during the summer, it takes the track a couple weeks to kind of get run in with how dirty it is. So, we got that, and then we're going to have some cold temperatures against us as well. So, Goodyear's bringing a pretty good tire, pretty soft, but it's probably not as soft as some of them boys like to bring in the modifieds, that's for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Well, actually, Lee Jeffries and Randy Butner both said 14 or higher, and Bert, he said 1384, rounded in there was what he's thinking. That's just,
pole?
Yeah. So.
That's about right.
You agree?
I'm thinking around 14 flats, but like I said, until we'll run so many laps of simulation between now and then, and just literally the weather changes every day, and every bit of track temp, can influence that. So it'll be interesting, that's for sure.
Ron, do you remember what the lap times were at the Coliseum?
Gosh, I don't.
Yeah.
Not right off the top of my head.
I didn't mean to put you on the spot like that. I was just wondering if it was
no, you're fine.
How similar it was.
It's all good.
I know they reused the wall, so I figured it had to be pretty close. I'll be honest with you. I was thinking
was so different.
I was thinking like 15 O's for those cars. But I don't know. I've never watched them go, but I know the track's going to be down on grip for sure. I was really hoping that you guys were going to get a practice before we did, to at least put some rubber down. Because I will say, and you know this, Ryan, from being there, it takes the track several practice sessions over several weeks to get cleaned off and start to rubber up at all for the first race of the season. So all those first 2 or 3 practices, everybody goes over there. You're just kind of running brakes in and sliding around. I mean, nobody's going anywhere. It's just zero grip. And, the modified's getting 45 minutes of practice on Saturday, going straight to qualifying, 125 laps. We may get a little rubber down. Obviously, it's a different rubber than what you guys are going to be on, but that may help it a little bit. But it's still going to be low grip, I feel like. The modified race, I think you're going to slip and slide around the whole time, and it's just going to be a lot about maintaining and keeping the wheels on the thing. I don't think you're going to see anybody just driving away from the field.
So in 2023 at the Clash, the pole was a 1341.
Wow,
and
that's moving.
Last year, it got rained out, so they moved the race and everything up, so we didn't actually qualify. Just kind of went off practice times last year. So obviously we make the cars better and better every year, but the aero package has changed since then. Not that that'll really affect what we're doing over there, obviously with the slower speeds, but obviously out in LA it was quite a bit warmer, so had a little bit more track grip. So I would say a little slower than that, 80s to 14 flats, we'll have to wait and see how what kind of weather we got.
I hope so. That'll be moving. What do those cars weigh?
They're basically 3,500 pounds.
3,500 pounds. And how much power would they make there?
750.
750. So that's about what Bert's making. So, but he's 1,000 pounds lighter. I'm kidding. I don't know what he makes. I don't care. None of my business. No, man, that's awesome. That's awesome. I really hope they run that fast. I honestly was thinking around a 15 flat, but no, I hope they do go that fast.
No, it won't be that bad. I mean, the things are, there's no ride height rules. They're buried to the ground. So, CG's pretty, as good as it can be.
Yep.
It's not like the old Cup cars where they have a ton of travel, right? They're just
Yep.
pretty much glued to the ground.
Yep.
I like
Cool.
it.
Cool.
Well, I need to ask Hal. Excuse me. Want to talk about Cassidy real quick and what's going on with her? I know she had been testing and doing a little late model stuff. How's that coming along, man?
It's going good. She just texted me a little while ago and told me I need to come look at her contract for this year. So,
Yep.
super blessed that she has the opportunity to drive for Rev Racing. Obviously, they do a good job with diversity, giving kids opportunities, and her being multiracial and a female, it's awesome for her to kind of get out there and do her thing, and we're lucky to kind of be a part of that and help it out. We know how difficult it is to go race on her own without financial backing these days. So she's got to do a couple late model tests, and she's super pumped. I knew the first time she got out after driving it, and she was smiling ear to ear, that I was in trouble. So it's been fun to watch her. She still kind of surprises me all the time, but got a long way to go. Every jump or every step you take, it gets exponentially harder, right? There's so much talent throughout the country. And, my thing is I've seen so many females, they try to rush, right?
Mhm.
And they want a female to be good so bad, right?
Yeah.
And they rush them and they never make it, right? So I think I just we have that advantage, just kind of my connections in the sport, and just kind of, helping her path a little bit, keeping her focused and working on the right things that matter. So it's been a lot of fun. And we're actually supposed to run this weekend at Caraway, but I think we're going to hold off due to weather. First race will probably be around March sometime, but definitely pumped for her and excited to watch her.
She can will it too.
Yeah, and
she really is. She can will it.
absolutely. And Ryan's been with her for every step of the way, and Ryan's dad and everybody involved. And she's a good kid. That's the thing about it. Excuse me again. That only happens when I do this show. But she's so respectful, and she knows what she has to do. And I'm going to touch on what you're saying about women drivers. And we have a few to come and go. And I don't know how many of y'all remember Johanna Long down there where I'm from that won the Snowball Derby. She was one of the few that I watched come through the ranks that did with her daddy, Donald Long, and what have you. It's like you said, Ryan, they never really rushed Johanna. They didn't just like, go, dude, we got to get you here. We got to get you here. They kind of methodically took their time in working with Johanna. And like I said, she come off a 2 and gave Landing Castle a little bumpy do, and which I do it too for the Snowball Derby and won it. So Cassidy reminds me of watching her legend races and the races that I've watched her in. She kind of gives me that Johanna Long feeling, and that is, Ryan Sparks, that is not a bad thing, I promise.
No, absolutely not. I got the pleasure to work with Johanna a little bit when she was doing some Xfinity stuff, and yeah, I thought she was really good and probably deserved a little better shot than she got. So
absolutely,
yeah, like I said, we're in no rush, but we just, when I'm not working at the shop on Cup cars, I'm working on legend cars or late models or modifieds or whatever, and just for her. So that's what we love to do as a family, and I don't see that changing for a long time.
Well, make sure you tell her that I said hello, and we're going to have her on here after we got one more week. If you're not doing nothing next Tuesday, Ryan, I'd love for you to come out. We're going to have our, matter of fact, I would love you to be up there when Freddie Kraft and Mike Herman Jr. are going to be doing a split screen video call at the same time. I'm not sure if I'm quite prepared for that, but if you can make it out to Thunder Road, Zeno Marshall's Thunder Road Bar and Grill, I'd love to have you to be there with us live again next week for our final Cookout Clash at Bowman Gray Countdown show that we're doing here on Talking Circles with Chris Carter. It's going to be interesting with Freddie Kraft and Herm. You know that like I do.
Oh yeah, those two guys are characters. They'll definitely be entertained. That's for sure.
You definitely will. So when I get done with that after next week's show, I'll be in touch and get in touch with Cassidy and let's have her on again. I'd love to have her back on and help promote her because she's going places and I'm proud of her. I know you're a proud uncle.
Yeah, absolutely. I appreciate it.
Well, so we're all excited about y'all, the Cup guys, and all y'all coming, and we wish y'all the best. Host of ours, no doubt. Justin Haley, man, I don't think. Listen, real quick before I let you go, I don't think a lot of people realize the talent that Justin Haley is one of those God-given talented drivers. There is no doubt in my mind that he's a wheelman. I'm a big Justin Haley fan.
He's sneaky good, and that 1341 that set on the pole in LA in 2023, that was Justin Haley. So I think he'll have a little something for him.
There you go. I do too, no doubt about it. But all right, well, look, man, I appreciate you, Ryan Sparks. You know that, buddy, and you're more than welcome on here anytime, man. And thank you for your time. I know you're busy, and I really appreciate it.
Absolutely. Good to talk to y'all boys. Take care, and hope to see you soon.
Yo, you will. 12 days.
Sounds good, brother.
All right, see ya.
Have a good one, buddy.
Bye.
See y'all. Bye.
Are we froze?
I think camera froze up somehow. I'm working to fix it.
Old Sparks, man. We had some good times growing up.
Yeah.
Yeah, we had some good times.
Can they still hear us, Messer?
That's what I'm checking. It shows we're still live. Hang on.
So we're going to do a giveaway here soon. We're going to do caller 50 on our Midway Dry Cleaners phone lines. It's going to be our Cam's Corner, brought to you by Pulliam's Hot Dogs and Barbecue segment.
You can still hear us. It's a camera issue.
It's all right. So we're working on that. So your brother said a 1550, but you know what? And I just 15-3 at best. No, y'all. Sparks going to be closer than any of y'all that's been there your whole life. I promise. Yeah, Steve Stroud said, yeah, they can hear us. So Spark, no, he knows.
No, I agree. I think that the difference is going to be the lack of grip. I really do. That track is dirty. I mean, obviously the modifieds are going to clean it off quite a bit, but it is really dirty. You know yourself. Both of y'all know. Everybody watching this knows that when we go over there for the first few practices of the season, that there's dust and dirt and just all the stuff blowing up out of the track, and it takes multiple weeks of practicing on that to get that out of there. So I think it's going to be slick. I don't know. I'm going to say.
Brian Sykes says 1490.
I'm going to stick with the 15-0s for them, and I hope I'm wrong. I hope we go there and it's got tons of grip. I don't think it will, but I hope it is.
So you know what? And that's why we're going to have our Midway Dry Cleaners phone lines open here in a little bit to let people don't be cussing and acting like an idiot, because then next time I see you, I'll spray you with bear spray. But what we're going to do now, we're going to take another commercial break. Look, old Willie Wall.
The legend is in the house.
Yes.
I saw Brian Wall, but I didn't say anything because Sparks was talking.
Well, Brian Wall was talking about eating peanut butter and jelly sandwiches, wearing a thong backwards on his couch, probably. So,
and I was, it's a good possibility. I don't know what he does on his couch, but I just started thinking about the old street stock days. But is it time for commercial?
Yeah,
we talk about street stock days later.
We
don't go anywhere, Willie.
Yeah,
don't go anywhere,
Willie.
Sykes.
Yeah, because the next segment is your segment, so we can talk about whatever. Then we're gonna. I don't know how long we're gonna need for 50 callers.
I'm not sure. It's usually like 12 callers. You just said hang up, keep calling back till we get to 50.
Yeah, it's all right. So courtesy of Choice Tire and Automotive, our buddy Eric Engelbert, here in just a little bit, you're going to have a chance. We're going to take caller 50 because Choice Tire and Automotive, Eric sponsors Burt Myers. He's going to be driving the number 50 Amerivet Chevrolet at the Clash. So we're going to have Tim Brown and Burt Myers at the Clash. So what Eric Engelbert wants to do is give away $50 for the number 50. So we're going to take a commercial break. Nova's Fade. Nova's Fade. Actually, this guy that's playing the guitar with this band works for Steve Stroud at one of our great sponsors, 5 Points Tire and Auto on Kernersville Road. Nova's Fade right out of here at Winston-Salem. Y'all don't go nowhere. We love y'all. Please stay right here. We'll be right back.
And I won't let you fall, 'cause I'm sound broken, all imagined by the sickness poured inside me.
Since 2006, 5 Points Tire and Auto works hard to earn your trust and loyalty. They know how important it is to find a Winston-Salem car service you can rely on, so your satisfaction is their top priority each and every day. Their professional automotive service offers you years of combined expertise from their well-trained technicians. They treat their auto repair professionals well because they value their skill and can-do attitude. They know their team sets them apart, saving you, the customer, time and money, not to mention worry. When it comes to auto repair in Winston-Salem, 5 Points Tire and Auto is totally confident they are the best option in town. They're located at 3075 Kernersville Road in Winston-Salem, North Carolina, and their hours are Monday through Friday from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. Ever Ready Mix Concrete has been in business for 40 years, and they can handle any and all of your concrete needs, whether big or small. They can do it all. Located at 2000 Old Highway 421 East in Yadkinville, North Carolina, Ever Ready Mix Concrete, they're family owned and operated, and for a free quote, give David Adams a call at 336-961-6688.
Broken, all imagined by the sickness poured inside me.
Nova's Fade. That dude can sing too, man. It's amazing the local talent that's right here in this area. But Nova's Fade, good group there. Okay, so Jimmy Carter just sent me something here. Final practice last year at the LA Memorial Coliseum. I want you to guess what the fast time was for the final practice last year.
Not qualifying practice.
Practice, which that's how they went off, because as Ryan Sparks just said, it rained. So they had to race on Monday, but final practice. Practice now.
14:22.
13,139. Denny Hamlin, Joey Logano, 13,250. Ty Gibbs, 13,261. Alex Bowman, 13,266. Kyle Busch, 13,273. William Byron, 13,316. Chastain, 13,319. And Bubba Wallace, 9th at a 13,359. And the top 10th was Justin Haley at a 13,368. The 36 car, Zane, listen to this. This 36 car out of 36 cars, Zane Smith at a 13,704.
That's moving.
And the top speed was top speed 68 mile an hour. Now that sounds weird. But when you say a 13,139, and that's a quarter mile track. This is official. Jimmy Carter sent it to me. Look,
I believe it.
NASCAR.
I'm going to say
a second difference.
That place has got to be a little different than Bowman Gray.
Absolutely, it does.
I just don't.
The weather, like Sparks said, the weather and everything. I get it. I do get it. But that's
pavement.
That's toting. That's getting it.
No, that is moving absolutely, and I hope they come to the stadium and do that. But the thing about it is, the weight versus the power difference. I just don't see them running that fast. I hope they do. I just don't see it, but maybe. I hope I'm wrong.
Johnny and Angie Tilly, they commented, says, I'm doubling Eric's donations of $50 to $100 if Chris wears an Ohio State hat next show.
Johnny Tilly.
I don't know anything about that. Ohio grows big deer, though. I do know that.
Okay. For the sake of this show and doing that, and that'll be our live show. If Johnny Tilley or someone provides me with an Ohio State hat, I will wear it during the whole show next week live at the Gathering Place at Zeno's Place at Thunder Road Bar and Grill. I will do that. Man, I'm going to get I don't think I've ever... Listen, I've never wore another team's hat, shirt, nothing. It's always been... You go back to the very first show, it's this. You go back to anything at Bowman Gray, it's this. You go back anywhere I go announce at, every once in a while I'll put on one of my New Orleans Saints hats, but it's always... I have like 10 different... Bryant Robertson got me a Alabama hat for Christmas, but I have probably like 10 different Alabama hats. But for the sake of the show and for someone out there to be able to win $100, I will wear Ohio State because I knew Ohio State was going to beat Notre Dame. It turned into a better game than I actually thought it would, but that's a good team, and I predicted them when this whole thing started. That was who was going to win it. Yes, I'm sad that Alabama wasn't in it, but let's just wait in. So yeah, there you go. I'll do it. All right. What was you going to say? Street stocks, Willie Walt.
I think you just cost Johnny some money. Is what I'm picking up here. I don't see all the comments. I don't think as soon as they come up. Anyway, no, I was talking. Oh, hold on. I'm going to a basketball game.
You was going to say something?
Oh, my goodness. Oh, I was just going to talk about street stock back in the day, how much fun we had running that. And, I mean, I really love street stock. It's a lot of fun. Racing with Brian and Willie and old McNeil.
See, there's Zach Staley. He said, I'm here. What's up?
Oh, I don't get to see all that.
Yeah, right here.
Oh, okay. I do see it. It's
Billy Gray,
it's
the
on
whole,
down.
yeah, right there. Look.
So
Well,
the whole street stock division's in here then.
Yeah,
Besides McNeil, where's McNeil at?
I'm going to do some magic here for you, JB. I'm going to go ahead and open up our phone lines, and you'll see our comments on the right side of the page there.
Okay, so look.
The top
right.
one is the most recent comment.
Oh, okay.
All right, so
You'll see it coming in from all 4 pages.
there you go. I didn't know he could do that. So real quick, so I'm reading what. All right, he's doubling Eric's donation to 50 to 100. So tonight, it's not $50. Am I reading this right? Somebody's going to win $100 tonight, right?
Correct. If you wear an Ohio State hat next week.
Next show. All right, it's a deal. Johnny Tilley, I'll do it. And when I come to your house to bring the Davey Allison picture that I have, you can just give me the cash and we'll bring it to Eric Engelbert and they can come to Choice Tire and Automotive. So me and you'll get together. But yeah, we said it earlier. Zach Staley's back. He's going to be racing the street stock division. You're going to have Brian Sykes, Billy Gregg. So you got the old men. Yes, I called y'all old. Against the young bucks, Brian Jr. and Nate.
Nate's going to race street stock too.
Look, I seen a picture of the cars.
Oh, okay.
I'm just, it's going to be, we're going to figure out how to get Bo in a street stock.
I wish we could work that out for him to do that.
Why in the world couldn't you?
I'm sure we could.
So-
Anything's possible.
What do you want to do, Chris? Do you want to open up to the 50 callers, or do you want to take a call? What do you
All
wanna
right,
do?
so I just want to make sure, Johnny Tilley, I'm on the same page with him. We're going to give away $50 from Eric Engelbert, Choice Tire and Automotive Choice Tire and Automotive, and Johnny Tilley's going to match it with $50. And next week during the live show at Zeno's at the Thunder Road Bar and Grill, I will be wearing an Ohio State hat. It's against my better judgment. I want to be a team player, though. Not an Ohio State fan. I actually hate Ohio State, but there's Chris Olave, one of the receivers for the Saints. He played at Ohio State. They've got some really C.J. Stroud, Ohio State. You know what I'm saying? They got some really, 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 really good players. So, am I on the right page here before we start?
So it sounds like Johnny took the 50 and doubled it. So he's going to give $100 away tonight to the 50th caller. Is that what you're saying? For you to wear an Ohio State?
He's adding 50 to
He's
Eric.
adding 50 to Eric's 50.
Yeah.
Okay.
For a total
tonight.
of 100, yep.
For a total of 100.
For the 50th caller.
For the 50th caller. Look, I mean.
Are we going to talk to 50 people?
Right. But
Master, let me know when the 49th caller so I can. and I need the number.
all right. So
I need 100.
So the $100 is going to JB's car.
Oh, yeah. Y'all call in.
No, I got to wear the
Wait,
hat.
you got to wear the hat.
All right, so we're still giving away $50, right, Johnny Tilley? I can see. But $100 is going to his car if I wear the Ohio State hat, which I'll do anyway. You know, I love that's my buddy here.
Let's open up phone lines. So,
Well, I want them to know what they're getting.
They're getting $50 from Choice Tire Automotive
Mm-hmm.
from Eric Engelbert
Yep.
for the 50th caller tonight,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Right.
For sure,
Yeah.
no matter what.
yes.
And you're going to wear an Ohio State hat
Next week.
next
live,
week live.
for $100 to go to your car. That'll
All
buy
right.
your. Will that buy your fuel for one race?
No, it'll buy a few gallons. That'll help.
Yeah. Yes, correct. Okay. All right. So tonight, for $50 cash, you will pick it up tomorrow at Choice Tire and Automotive, because we're coming to you live from the Choice Tire and Automotive Studios here in Kernersville, North Carolina. You are watching Talking Circles with Chris Carter, and it's presented by J&T Services. We appreciate everybody that is a part, all of our sponsors and everything. We've got a great group of people. So here we go. I guess we can just kind of. Messer, are you ready for this?
Yeah, we're already getting callers.
Are you?
We're up to caller number 14.
Are you keeping up with it?
Yes, I am. Yes.
Pressure's on top of it.
We're up to 16 now.
Again, let me know when it's 48 because I need a little bit of time to dial.
So are you ready for to race? I mean,
Well,
you gonna wash the rust off a little bit?
well, I don't know.
Is Brandon Crotch still banned?
Uh-oh. Eric said make it 100.
Oh, there we go. Yep.
Y'all better get to calling.
Steve Stroud said, remember I told you about that. Steve said, come see him, 5 points.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I will, Steve.
All right, so
You're the
y'all
man.
y'all are calling in for $100.
We're halfway there. Next caller is caller 25.
Y'all better keep this up.
Up 28. Excuse me. We're up to
Somebody let
28.
me know when it's to 48.
Why, are you gonna call?
Yeah, that's going to be 200 towards my call. Thanks, Eric.
Yeah.
Oh, oh yeah, Brandon Crotts. It seems like he wins every time. Brandon Crotts, he's got 3 wives, 9 kids, and he has them all trying to call.
There is some redneck right now trying to do calculations in his head from the time Esther said 15 to 28.
We're up to 38.
38, okay. Within 12.
All right, so it's a chance to win $100 courtesy of Eric Engelbert and Choice Tire and Automotive in Kernersville. You'll be able to pick up $100 cash to caller number 50. $100, man. I mean, that's pretty.
And we're going to
cool.
answer call 50, right?
Yes, we are.
Messer, yeah,
All
we'll
right.
get to talk to them.
We're up to 41.
41, boys and girls.
And then we'll have the phone lines open, people to talk to you.
Right.
I know Bo is going to call. I know it.
We're up 48. Here we go.
Here we go.
Uh-oh.
If I knew the number, I'd be calling.
It's up there, Goofy.
All right, caller number 50. Caller number 50.
Who we got? Hello, caller 50.
Hang on. Where'd he go? Oh, they hung up.
Oh, caller 50.
They hung
All right,
up.
Yeah, they're messing up. We're up to call 50. I'm waiting for them to call back. Hang on. I saw their number.
So if you've called, you better call again. He knows the number. He's got caller ID.
Or I can call him. Hang on. Yeah, I can call him back.
Oh, we're going to call you.
Now I'm singing Jeopardy music in my head.
Sorry.
Hello.
Caller number 50.
Go.
Who we got?
Stephen Warden.
Pork chop.
Pork chop.
Pork chop.
What's up?
Pork chop won 100.
Yeah.
$100.
Why'd you hang up,
Don't
Goofy?
tell Tori.
But you hit. Why did you hang
I
up?
can't tell. Well, I got a busy tone.
Yeah.
Well, the good news is
We're still working out the system.
your number come through,
Yeah.
and he called you back,
That's good news.
and you won 100.
Yeah, that's great.
I was that redneck waiting doing the calculation.
I told you somebody was doing it. Well, you calculated it right, old son. Good job.
Yep, I appreciate that.
Good job.
What have you been up to, man? You been doing all right?
I've been doing great. Been doing pretty good. Just got back from the basketball game.
Did the boys win?
The JV boys won. When I left, the varsity boys were losing.
Losing?
Yeah, they were losing.
Yeah.
Did they wipe them up, or was it a close game? JV.
It was a pretty close game the whole way. I think they ended up winning by like 5 or 6 at the end.
Okay. Good.
Cool deal. Didn't you just go on a cruise to like Russia or something?
No, we went to Jamaica. We went to Haiti, which was pretty awesome.
He brought a parrot and some dirty water home.
Yeah, we did do that. No parrot though.
No parrot.
Dirty water.
Just the dirty water.
Man, it's a wonder you made it through Haiti. Isn't that kind of a rough place to be right now?
Well, the part that we went, Royal Caribbean has their own little part that I guess they bought.
Yeah. Okay.
I made sure to ask one of the guys. I'm like, this isn't the spot where they're like shooting airplanes, is it? And but the guy was like, nah, not this side.
They're pissed off because the Clinton Foundation promised them millions, and they only got like what you're going to be picking up tomorrow, $100. So that they have every right to be mad. So that's a bad deal. They were promised a lot, and I haven't read or heard nothing about it lately. But that's interesting. I'm glad y'all had a good time. He said Johnny Tilley said Haiti is like Walltown Street.
Well, the part that we went was really, really nice. I mean, it was my favorite part of the whole time we were gone. So
good deal.
But I'm sure there are parts there that are bad.
Oh yeah, it is. Well, look, man, we appreciate you watching the show and tuning in, and we you know where Choice Tire Automotive is. If you'll go see Eric Engelbert and use caller 50, and he's doing that for Burt Myers, driving the number 50 Ameritech Chevrolet at the Clash in the NASCAR Cup race, and that's a pretty big deal. I'm excited for anybody from that represents us at Bowman Gray Stadium, Pork Chop, that gets to be a part of that. Him and Tim. I'm excited for both.
All right. Are you guys raising money for anything right now?
Yeah, we're actually. I'm going to see Noel either tomorrow or Thursday. JJ Dutton donated another $500. We're going to be bringing the $15,000. Well, now $15,500 to Noel. They've got her intubated right now, so I will be going.
Well, let's do 15,000. Let's do 15,600 to her. Let's donate that money to her.
That's awesome.
All right. Thank you so much. That'll mean a lot, and I'll let the family know when I go. Either tomorrow or Thursday. I'll be making a trip down there, and we'll definitely add it with that.
Sweet, sounds good.
Thank you, buddy, and thank you for your support. Appreciate you, man.
Oh yeah, no problem. You guys have a good night.
All right, you too.
See ya.
Old Pork Chop won him 100.
All right, we have another caller.
That was pretty awesome. He donated that too.
Yeah. Go ahead, caller. You're on the air.
Oh, they hung up.
What is the deal? You're scaring people, Jonathan.
I did not do a thing.
Yeah. Feel free to call in.
So, y'all want to call in and talk to Jonathan. We got about 10, 11 minutes because our Midway dry cleaners that's our phone lines. Have you ever noticed, though, all these people, it's like any other thing on Facebook. There's so many comedians out there. I mean, some of the stuff like, Haiti is like Walltown Street.
Yeah, I made a post. I put a drone picture up of the stadium last week, and man, comments are so negative.
It's crazy.
All right, we have a caller.
People don't like change, but this is something. I mean, it's different, right? But it's all good changes.
We have a caller.
Go ahead, caller.
Chris Carter, JJ Dutton, what's going on?
JJ, what is up, bud?
Hey, me and the Dutton boys are on our way to Daytona for the 24 hours Rolex. Got to do a little work over here this weekend, and we were listening to the show, and man, when we came back, man, it's snowing halfway down through Florida. We don't know what's going on. We're just trying to get it together.
Y'all were trying to run away from it. It caught up to you.
I tell you what. So actually, we're on I-4 on our way over to Daytona right now, and I just want to say, there's been a lot of love coming from Florida for that little Noelle girl, and we've been praying hard, and she's been on our mind like crazy. So we just want to let the family know that there's a lot of prayers coming out of Florida, and we really support them, and anything we can do to help them during this time. I've been that dad, and it's tough. You just ever since I found out, I've been keeping, you've been filling me in on how she's doing, and it's in that prayer your co-host said tonight, man, I tell you, that was spot on. And we're coming back. We'll be back up Thursday next week. Go get us some hot dogs on Friday and get ready for racing on Saturday and Sunday.
Well, that sounds good, buddy, and I do appreciate that what you've done with your donation to Noelle and the family, and also being a part of the show now. And heck, for what you've been a part of doing these safer barrier walls for NASCAR since the first one come out, man, and that's a big deal. And we, I'm glad we got to meet you. You've already become family, and like you said, you told me your story with your child, and you get it. And a lot of people think they get it when it comes to these children with cancer, but they really don't get it. And having what I've been, I don't know, it's been well over almost 2 years now that I've been trying to do my best and help and support and be involved with these kids with cancer. And just like, Jonathan here, my co-host, his brother had it, went through it with him and watched all that. And it's a bad deal, but we leave everything in the good Lord's hands and do our part as far as praying and hope for the best. So, like I said, I'll be there in person either tomorrow, more than likely it's going to be Thursday, and to be there.
Yeah,
and
I tell you what, when your co-host was praying, I will tell you what, when you pray and you believe him and you your heart in his hands, it will be answered. I can promise you that.
Amen.
It's
Amen.
tough. It's tough being a dad, when you're going through that. People say, I know how you feel. No, you really don't.
No.
You really don't.
no.
But I tell you, you just don't. And I just remember sitting and my daughter had surgery for 14 hours, pretty much almost the same situation. And, I just remember, like all Friday, I was even Eric was out there, and I kept asking, "Hey man, you got any news yet? Hey, you got any news yet?" And it was just like a repeat over, And it just my heart's been heavy for her and her family, and we just want to let them know that we are praying hard, and there's a prayer chain down here, and we're gonna keep on and see this girl right on through it.
Appreciate you, JJ. Thank you for calling in. Thank you for your support, buddy. And y'all be safe. Tell everybody we said hey.
Yeah, we'll see you next week.
All right, buddy. Sounds good. Bye. So I want to say to Emma Myers, who is watching, roll tide, Emma. I made an agreement to wear an Ohio State hat next week for some money to be donated to, anyway. So Emma Myers, I want you to know, if you see me next week with an Ohio State hat on, please know that my love for the Alabama Crimson Tide will never, never grow cold. I love them, and so I'm just explaining myself there. Thank you for tuning in. All right, so let's go down a little bit. You got Bobo and Brian Sykes and Timothy Walter, blah, blah. Jeff Day, before we get to Willie Wall, Jeff Day, what have I missed? Well,
You don't miss much, old bud. He probably knows more what's going on.
I was going to say, we need to ask Jeff Day. What
he just wants our opinion on what we've been doing. He already knows.
So there's that. All right. So thank you for tuning in. And actually, our last segment with Ryan Sparks was brought to you by Precision Built Spindles. So we appreciate Jeff Day and being a part of this show as well.
He's the best.
Yes, sir. Willie Wall says, JB, that's you.
That's me.
Can a modified win a big race off a ugly open trailer?
Well, like I said earlier, the car doesn't know how it got there, and So it 100% can, and that's all I have right now. So that's more than likely how my car is going to be transported. I'm trying to figure out how to get everything else there.
Yeah,
So
I remember I was there when you, I think it was back in 2019. You showed up late. You showed up like 6:30. Got that car off the trailer and won that race tonight.
Oh,
that
yeah.
night.
We went off an open trailer a few times, and there's something really sweet about it. You know,
Yeah.
it's just like a extra little attaboy you give yourself.
there's something sweet about going down the road and seeing one.
Oh,
if
man.
you're a race
Yeah,
fan,
Absolutely.
Oh yeah.
Absolutely.
you know I know I get it. You got to get them in the enclosed trailer. But anyway, speaking of, no haulers are allowed, right, Messer, for the modifieds?
I don't know.
Yes, no haulers.
So it's trailers 30 foot or smaller is what Gray told me.
That means
okay.
no
30
haulers.
foot, like no big
Probably
haulers.
y'all gonna be in the
No
stadium stock pits
road
up there.
tractors.
Yeah.
But yeah, Willie, racetrack don't know how the car got there. They don't know what color it is or how fancy it is. Just gotta do whatever you gotta do to keep those 4 tires as happy as they can be and drive the thing.
Right.
It can definitely went off the open trailer.
So our Midway dry cleaners phone lines are still open. We got time to maybe take 1 or 2 more calls. Anybody wants to call in, talk to Jonathan Brown. He's going to be racing. It'll be the number 22.
Well, we haven't even went over much of that, but so to let everybody know, it will not be 22. So I haven't even talked about it, really,
Well,
told
that's-
anybody about how all this come about. And I know
That's-
we talked about
Well, that's why
talking
you're on
about
here.
it. And we're on Talking Circles with Chris Carter, so I guess we could talk about it.
Let them hear it, buddy.
Since we're here. We're short on time though.
Go
Is that
ahead.
okay?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
I don't want to run over and make it past everybody's bedtime.
Well, I want you to look at the group of people that's tuned
Oh,
in
look,
right
Willie Wall said that. That's right. It was his ugly trailer I went off of.
in 2019.
Yep. How about
There
that?
you go, Messer.
Yeah. I remember that. That was a good night.
My memory's bad, Willie. Sorry, buddy.
So yeah, if you look at all these people that are tuned in, and even Willie Wall, they'll stay up. But yeah, tell us. I want to know, and we want to know. Well, I know, but a lot of people know. But
So
tell everybody the rundown.
I'll try to make it short and sweet, which is tough
We're
for
good.
me.
We're
I-
good.
I
We're
get
good.
into telling stories and I get carried away
We're
talking about the
good.
squirrel next door. So, as a lot of you know, I haven't raced at Bowman Gray in my own stuff since 2022. I'm not going to go into all those details why I didn't, but I was just kind of fed up with the way a lot of the things was going, I guess I should say. And I said, you know what? I don't have to be a part of it. I'll leave my stuff sitting on jack stands, and that's what I've done. In the meantime, I drove Tommy Neal's modified twice in 2023, and I drove a sportsman car twice in 2024
and one.
and won one of them. And other than that, I have been out from behind the wheel. Now, I did watch quite a bit of races last year. I spotted for Slate Son. That was a good time. Different, but way different up there watching. I'll just say that. It's easy to be like, all right, driver, drive it in 2 car lengths deeper and get off the brake and let it roll and turn it and gas up harder.
Right.
It's easy to do from up there, you know?
Did you get an itch to drive more up there when you was spotting for Slate?
I get an itch. No, I was a nervous wreck spotting. That's not really my deal. So all you spotters, that's a tough gig. Carter, you've done it. It's tough.
Yeah.
You feel very responsible and just a lot going on. I'm not built for that. So, but I did enjoy it. I will say that. So this whole racing deal has kind of been one of those things. I've kept my car and I kept one of my engines. Kyle Southern bought my other engine. I kept one of my engines and kind of kept the majority of all my stuff. Besides, if somebody got in a bind and needed a part and I had it, I would sell it, give it to them, whatever. So I've sat and thought, well, I've got everything to put it together, but now that it's time to put it together, I realize I don't have everything to put together. So anyway, the way this deal all kind of come about is something I have preyed on since I stopped racing over there. I preyed on it before I ever stopped racing over there in my own stuff. And I had already kind of been itching and talking to the crew guys about maybe running a few races this coming year, the 2025 season. And, you know, we had caught wind last year about this modified race with the Clash. And I thought, man, that'd be really cool. That'd be a big deal. A big deal, racing in front of all those guys. And if it happens, maybe we'll put our stuff together and go there and just see how we stack up. And so it's something I prayed on, and when they announced it, I had called and talked to Greg Garrison because I had heard top 20 in points was going to be the only eligible drivers. Called and talked to Gray, and Gray actually told me, he said, no, it's the top 22 in points, top 22 in car owner points, which I never even knew Bowman Gray had car owner points. But it's Gray's sandbox, it's kind of whatever he says, but he's really smart. Gray's really smart.
Yes, he is. Yes.
He opened this deal up to a top 22 in homeowners points, car owner points.
I thought he was going to say homosexual.
And so that opened up several spots for guys that had second cars that were just starting park cars. So I actually reached out to all but one of those car owners in the top 22 that had a second car, and talked to all of them, and everybody had kind of told me what their plan was, or they already had a driver, or whatever deal they had worked out. And, I told them, hey, if something changes, let me know. If it's something I can do, I'd like to do it. If I can't, it was kind of like this, whatever the Lord's will was, I was good with it. If I race, I race. If I don't, I won't. So it's something I prayed on pretty much daily. Lord, if you can use me in any way, shape, or form during this race, I'll do my best to honor and glorify you with it. Well, the Monday before last, I got a phone call that morning, and there was a spot that come available. They had just kind of found out about it on Sunday evening and called me Monday morning. Carter, I called you.
Mm-hmm.
We put a little quick Facebook post together, and I had a very limited amount of time to work it all out. Not only financially, but getting the engine put back, getting the parts, get my engine put back together, just all the things. Like, you're sitting here thinking you got all this stuff, but when you really start putting it together in a pile, you don't have all the pilots you need. So not only getting everything together financially, but just getting all the parts together and having time to do it. It's a short amount of time. So we were able to secure that spot. So I will be driving my car that day, my white number 22, but that day the car will have a number 35 on it.
Mm-hmm.
My car owner for the Clash will be Randy Butner. Good friend of mine, great man, obviously well known around Bowman Gray Stadium and Ace Speedway, modified local legend. Had this spot open up, and I was able to work a deal out with Randy and get the spot. So I will not be number 22 on February 1st. I will be number 35, and Randy Butner will be my car owner on February 1st for the Clash. So that's pretty awesome. And honestly, Carter, and I've told you this, but the way the Lord has just worked everything out for all this to come together, it's really a miracle. It's a lot to put together in such a short amount of time. And in true fashion, here I am last minute putting everything together. And
you seen what Timothy said a while ago.
Thresh, and I missed that, but last minute just trying to get everything together. And we're going to figure it out one way or the other. I do not have everything, but we are working towards it, and I will one way or another get it all worked out. And I just hope that as of right now, I've been asked this question a lot. Well, does this mean you're going to run all the races? And as of right now, that is a no. But it's also not a no. So as of right now, it just means that I'm coming to race on February 1st. And I have been talking to some sponsors that are helping me out for this race about possibly doing more. Could turn into a full season. We'll just have to see how it goes. But I tell you, man, just like I said, the way the Lord's just worked everything out with the sponsors and the parts, and everything is just coming together. Like I said, it's going to be very last minute. But we will, Lord willing, be there on February 1st.
So that's the big question that I've gotten, and ever since me and you made a video with Messer in the snow and all, and letting everybody know you're going to race, will it be a full year thing? And of course, as you said during when we made that video let's see how everything works out. Race number 1 at the Clash and all that, and then just go from there. So that's
Yep.
that's a big deal. I know you're excited. Everybody's excited for you.
Yeah,
Your team's
man,
excited. Is there anybody you want to thank as far as sponsor goes
Yeah,
or whatever?
Yep. So the guys that I've signed with, I can go ahead and mention all that stuff. I will tell you, like right now, Timothy Walters at his shop working on my car right now. I was there until I come here. Casey Kiger's over there working, and all my crew guys, everybody's went above and beyond. Me and Tim Sweat made a 9-hour round trip to Mooresville last week trying to round up parts. We thought it was going to be a few hours, and obviously it turned into about a 9-hour trip. But it takes so much. I was talking to Kyle earlier. It literally takes a village to put all this stuff together, and everybody's family, everybody that's involved with it, their families sacrifice time, and it's just it takes so much to put it all together. But I've got some really exciting things coming up. I can't quite announce yet, but I've got some things that are near and dear to my heart that we're going to be pushing with this race. But I've got my longtime guy Johnny Tilley. He's going to be back on the car as always. Randy Wilson, Twin Cities Synthetics. He's staying on the car. He's going to help out like always. Jeff Denny. Any of you basketball guys would know the name Jeff Denny. Jeff played for Carolina back in the late 80s, early 90s. Jeff owns a company called Generator Supercenter, and Jeff has signed up with me for this race. And we got some pretty cool stuff going on with Jeff. Jeff is kind of we're dedicating this to his brother, and I'll be elaborating more on that later on my Facebook. Not tonight, but really looking forward to working with Jeff. And man, he's been super so far. So many different people. Sorry, I was just trying to think of everybody. Marvin's Garage Doors has come on. They're going to help out Carson and their family. Huge garage door business out in East Bend. Bunch of great people. Got some really cool stuff coming for that. Man, I'm just sitting here trying to think. It's weird when you get put on the spot, especially because they're all new.
That's what I'm saying. Maybe just hold that thought.
No, I am, and there's another local guy here in Kernersville. I want to mention him, but I want to mention them all. I'm going to be making a post and some videos here really soon, and kind of going more in depth with these sponsors and what they do. I've got Privacy Fence.
Tell your brother
Tell
good night. He said, "Y'all be good. 5 comes early. Good night, ladies."
Good night, buddy.
He loves you.
Love you, buddy.
I love you.
But yeah, I definitely want to go over all these sponsors, man. I just want to do it more formal on my page. But I will tell you this: there's a few pages I want you guys to go check out. I want you to go check out Generator Supercenter.
Do they need a salesman?
They probably do. So anybody that needs a whole home generator, Generator Supercenter is your one-stop shop. They do it all. They even, once they get it all put in, they come back and maintenance it and do the whole thing. And I'm going to give you guys a spill on that. This isn't really the time to do that, but that's near and dear to my heart because I've been in that situation when your power goes out, whether it's storms or whatever. Within a few seconds, your power's back on. The generator runs. You never even really know about it. So it's pretty awesome. And something else that's pretty near and dear to me is there, and I would love for you guys to go follow this on Facebook. It is called the Invictus Project. And the Invictus Project is basically a human trafficking task force. They're involved with the Forsyth County Sheriff's Department, Randolph, Davidson County, all the surrounding counties. And go follow them on Facebook. And you will be amazed at the amount of, just say, predators that are in your local area.
The Invictus, Invictus, Invictus Project on Facebook. Y'all go follow that page, please.
Definitely go check them out. It's absolutely mind-boggling the stuff that these guys get done. So go check them out and be looking for more announcements. I'm going to hit it pretty hard here soon. I will say this, we are going to make a one-off T-shirt for this one race. I wasn't going to, but I was talking to Mark Joyce over at MJ Printing and Graphics, and Mark said, if you don't do it, you're missing an opportunity. You know, it's just one race, but we're going to do it big. We're going to do something with the number 35, and kind of a one-time deal with the 35, I'm thinking. So we'll do something with the shirt. We've got some pretty good ideas kicking around there, and really looking forward to that. And Andrew Davis Trucking, like I said, I've got a lot of people to thank. Superior Color. I've got so many people that I need to throw out there, but right now is not the time because we've got more people calling.
Johnny's saying that the feed is freezing every 10 seconds, Master. Just relaying that, you know, Johnny Tilley, he does this stuff. I don't know if we can reboot or whatever.
Yeah, everything's showing fine. I haven't seen those comments here in a little bit. Is everything still okay? Because I'm still showing. Okay,
it's good now. Timothy said okay. All right, so we do have a caller.
Okay.
Eric, did you have a picture you wanted to show?
Yeah, I sure do.
Check this out.
Hey,
who's
Carter.
that guy?
Jon Boy, what's up?
Hey, buddy.
So it is past my bedtime, but I'll talk to you guys.
We're all going to be up past our bedtime when we get to talking.
That's right. Well, y'all doing the Lord's work there, talking about race cars and our Savior, and I love it. I love it.
Amen.
I've been busy tonight, and I missed the first part. I'll go back and listen, see what I did miss. But
I'll guarantee you've been building
guys are
speed.
doing a good. Yeah, I've been trying. I don't know, but yeah. So like I said, man, we've had a good run here, and I'm kind of switching gears a little bit myself this year. I'm gonna go over to the 83 car and help them guys some this year and see if we can't get a 13th championship over there, and it'll be my second one. So I wanted to let everybody know that you know, that's followed me, which I've got a lot of friends in this industry, and you guys are included in that. And if I can do anything to help anybody, I hope they let me know. But I am definitely going to switch gears a little bit, and we'll see what happens.
That's awesome, man. Great bunch of guys to work with. That's for sure.
Well, blessed to have always worked with good people. I have my whole career, and I figured that there's no coincidence in that. So you have to find good people, if you're going to have good things happen. So and you guys are part of my people. I just I wanted to reach out to you guys and let you know that I appreciate everything that everybody does.
Yeah, absolutely, man. I'm excited for you on that deal. Obviously, there's no lack of talent there with Tim driving, and there'll be a good bunch of dudes to work with. And I know Ethan over there is really good, really smart, and top notch stuff. You won't find a cleaner race car in the pit, that's for sure. Definitely won't find a cleaner car. Very well taken care of.
I thought I had built some nice race cars in my day until I saw up close what they build, and there is no doubt they're unbelievably built.
I'll tell you one thing about Tim's car. You look at it, and you're like, how do they put this together? I don't just mean clean like it's waxed. I mean everything is meticulously thought out. The wiring, the plumbing, every Zeus button, like the thing is very, very well put together. Absolutely.
So, Jeff, what is do you have like an official title with the 83 Tim Brown team?
I'm going to manage the race side of the operation and work with the personnel that's in place and bring some more personnel on and try to generate a little bit better flow than what's there now currently. Not that they're doing a bad job by any means, but I think in today's time, the way things are done, it's not so much a hobby anymore as a business, and you got to run it more like that. And I'm gonna try to help them in that area, and not that they need any, but they offered me a position, and you know, we're all afflicted with this. I mean, it's hard to just, your co-host is sitting right there, and he pulled it off for a couple of years, but he's back. It's hard to quit.
I went in a brief hibernation.
Well,
like that, hibernation.
And I'm glad, I'm proud of that, and I'm proud that he sits in here with me, Jeff Day. I'm proud that he uses this show to make announcements. I'm proud that he let me and Messer go and do the video when he announced for sure he was racing. I'm proud that Precision Built Spindles and Renee Hackett Realtors are part of this show. You say you sponsored a segment tonight, and you didn't even know it, did you?
I didn't even know it.
You sponsored it. The Ryan Sparks segment was brought to you by Precision Built Spindles tonight. And but we appreciate you. This is big news. So I guess what I'm gathering out of all this is y'all thought Tim Brown was pretty good before. Now there's going to be more pieces of the puzzle that you feel can make this team even better.
So I'm going to tell you something, Chris Carter. He has got all the pieces to the puzzle.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
I think that sometimes when one or two people, get overwhelmed with duties and tasks, and just like he said a minute ago, he spent 9 hours trying to chase down parts. You just don't realize how much there is to do, and absolutely it can be organized better, even if it's perfectly organized to start with. And I look for big things to come from the Jerry Hunt race team. It's unbelievable the support that Bruce Hayes, that Hayes Jewelers has offered him over the years. And I mean, Duggan's Welding, all those people that really work to keep that thing online over there. And Tim does a lot of it himself, Tim and Ben working
Mm-hmm.
together. And I come from an operation that had paid help, and, I know what it takes to do it. So it's a challenge. It's going to be a little different than what I come from. And I look forward to, trying to make Tim faster and more efficient, and we'll just see how it turns out.
I know you well enough to know, and everybody else does that knows Jeff Day and JB. I know you can, attest to this, that it's going to be, with Jeff Day's involved, it's going to be good.
Absolutely. Yeah,
Well,
I'm just sitting here thinking I've got to race against that thing.
That.
Do what, JB?
I was just sitting here thinking I've got to race against that thing. I'm just an old tree cutter, man. I don't have any engineers or spindle experts or any of that stuff.
Well,
I just go as fast as I can.
I don't believe that'll matter at all, to be honest with you. But I do, people may or may not know this, but JB, he's run a bunch of those spindles. He's done real good with them. And
that's all I run. Absolutely.
Guy. And but you have to. So I have to stay involved to be relevant in that world too.
For sure.
And so anything I can do for any of my customers, obviously I do it. But you still got to scratch that itch a little bit. You got to move this or move that here and there and see what it does. And so I got this opportunity here, and I'm gonna do all I can do to make it, more successful for Brown Motorsports, and we'll see what happens. I mean, it's a great opportunity for me. I'm honored to be asked to be a part of it, and we'll see what happens. And orange is really looks good on me. Makes me look like a pumpkin, but it'll be all right. I'll figure it out.
Absolutely, you will.
Two great forces joining. I like it, man. That's going to be really good for both y'all.
Mm-hmm.
I really think so.
All right, guys. Well, I appreciate everything you do for the sport, and we'll talk to you next weekend.
Sounds good. Thank you for your support, Jeff. We're talking circles with Chris Carter. I appreciate you, brother.
Okay. Goodbye.
See ya.
See you, buddy. That's going to be big.
Mm-hmm.
That's going to be big.
Yeah.
Tim's already, like he said, Tim's already got every piece to the puzzle, but, something as simple as what Jeff said. I talk about that 9-hour Mooresville trip. You think, well, I'm going to run by Bilstein. I'm going to go by Pro Systems. I got to run by SRI and pick up stuff. I got to go to Tony's, and I'll be right back. So you sit there and think, oh, this is right there. Well, I'll be done in 3 hours. Next thing you know, it's 9 hours, and you still got to go work on the car all night, and you worked a job that day, and then you got to go do all this stuff, and, just kind of putting that stuff together, man, it's tough. So that organization's big,
It was a good show tonight. We went over a little bit, but it was definitely for good reason. Very good show tonight. You think?
Yeah, absolutely.
The audience we had.
Great audience.
We had old Zach Staley come in and Billy Gregg, just like old times, man.
Yeah.
It was I enjoyed it.
I learned a lot tonight. Brian Sykes is going to race again. Billy Gregg. I didn't even know Zach Staley was going to race again. That's good to hear.
Yeah, I mean, it's
Mac Little's in the house. You're right. Jeff Day does have the best spindles. Absolutely. Aaron Flinchin's watching all the way from Pine Hall. I don't know. He may be one at Co, but Aaron Flincham is the main man there with Backwoods Bandits that I like to support. And a little shameless plug here, but they are going to be having a squirrel tournament. If anybody likes to squirrel hunt or take your kids squirrel hunting.
Plug them.
And I need to double check the date. Aaron, tell us the date on that.
Tell them to put it on the comments so you can let them know.
I think it's the week after we race. I think it will be the 8th. I think that Saturday, but I hadn't squirrel hunted in years, and me and Maverick and my nephew and Tyler from church, we went and done the squirrel tournament last year. Man, we had a blast, an absolute blast. And I don't remember how many teams there were, but we had a really good time. So it's a great time to get out in God's creation and do a little bit of hunting, spend time with your family, friends, kids, whatever it is. So if anybody's interested in that, just go follow Backwoods Bandits on Facebook, and all the info's right there. If there's something you're interested in doing, have any questions, reach out to me. I'd be glad to answer anything I can. But it's all for a really good cause. It's all the money goes to the Stokes Rockingham Fire Department to help them out with their day-to-days. But pretty awesome deal. It's a whole lot of fun, I will say that.
Also, don't forget the Invictus Project on Facebook. Y'all check them out, the Invictus Project. You never think it can be you or somebody your loved one until it is. It's just like the cancer deal. You look at it, you see it, you talk about it, you help it, you pray for it, you donate to it. But until it's one of yours, it's a whole different story. I've always said that about losing 2 kids. You know this story.
Yeah.
A lot of y'all know this story. I've lost not 1 but 2 kids. And, I'll never forget with Amber, everybody knew what I was going through. And then finally I act like an idiot and like, well, where are your kids at? Well, they're over there. Do you want to see them? Hell no, I don't want to see them. I could care less about them right now. Mine's over there. You don't know what I'm going through. And it's the same thing with this Invictus Project. It could be you, your loved one, or anybody. This human trafficking stuff that's going on in our country is, I'm hoping that things will change here in a little bit in the next few years, maybe. I don't know. But it's way worse than any of us think. So he's helping Jonathan Brown. They are the Invictus Project. Y'all please go follow them. Also, we have the Mayfair, listen to me, Midway Dry Cleaners. They have a Facebook page, a new Facebook page. Please, y'all go follow them too. They're one of our new sponsors, Midway Dry Cleaners. Y'all please, it don't cost you a dime. And that helps us out as well here. So with all that being said, I got to give them all a shout out.
And there's so many racers that come in here. I'm just scrolling back through the comments because I haven't been able to keep up with it. But there's so many racers that come in and check this out, man.
I'm telling you, I have no.
Even though some of them are in and out, and I'm sure I don't see them all, but there's so many racers in here. That's awesome.
This has really, the show and the support is. I'll start crying if I talk about it because it's so amazing to me that the support that we receive on this show from drivers, from sponsors, from people, the comments. I've been out to eat before and people I've never seen in my life watch this thing. And I'm so grateful. I have no words. I always tell y'all I love you and I mean it from the bottom of my heart. Brian Sykes, your cousin Ashton, all these people that I know because of me and you developing such a great friendship over the years. And and the people, thank you to everybody that reached out to me on my birthday was Sunday, man. That was my timeline said 415 people, and then you got people on Talking Circles page and all that. So the way I had it estimated, it was right at close to 500 people that Wish me a happy birthday on Sunday. That's a big deal to me too, as well. I'm so blessed and grateful, and I have no words that could possibly explain how much I appreciate all the people that tune into this show and the guest as well. This has been our Clash at Bowman Gray countdown. We got one more to go, and it was brought to you by H&H Auto Repair, and we thank them for what they do. They was the very first sponsor of this show, Daniel Harrison and Philip, and appreciate them. Velasta, Race for Kids, which is raceforkids.com, Pulliam's Hot Dogs and Barbecue, Precision Built Spindles, Renee Hackett Realtor, Affordable Septic, The Garage Shop, Choice Tire and Automotive, Frank Steaks out of Long Island, New York, J&T Services, DL Outfitters, Midway Dry Cleaners, and Cobble Speed Shop, LLC, JTA Soft Wash and Roof Cleaning, Coger Plumbing, 5 Points Tire and Auto, JJ Dutton and his Safer Barriers, Ever Ready Mixed Concrete, Heroes Patriot Water, Hall's Heating and Air, Robbins Sandblasting, Mule Skinner Trucking, Messer Media, Garage Doors of the Triad, MJ Printing and Graphics, Midway Music Hall and Event Center, Thunder Road Grill, Midway Mobile Storage, Make TV Great with Nate, Louis Custom Showers and Glass, Tea Time Sports Bar, Birch Street Pub, Captain's Retreat at Bear Creek, Speed 77, and Kevin says yes.com, Colfax Towing and Auto Repair, and Velocita USA. Y'all also, just like we said, with Midway Dry Cleaners as well, please go and like their Facebook page and let them know how much you appreciate them. Eric Messer, thank you for what you do. I appreciate you. You've done a great, fabulous job as always. Messer Media, any pictures, anything you need, y'all reach out to him. He can help you out. JB, you got anything else before we sign off? Other than Jesus loves you.
Jesus loves you.
Pray for Noel.
Pray for Noel.
I'll be going there pretty much. It's Tuesday. It's going to be Thursday when I'm going to be going. So I'll be going there Thursday and being able to provide a really update. It's sad, this whole situation. What started out as, it just took a backwards turn.
Yeah.
And it's being, but I appreciate all of you, what you do, and the support y'all gave Noelle and her family in the prayers. There's nothing better. I don't care. You can donate money or whatever. And I said this on my page the other day, when you pray, please. Don't,
really pray.
Don't just write it. Pray. Right. All right. Well, now, Master, you got anything else before we go?
Nope. Good to go.
I do. Next Tuesday night, all of y'all, everybody that was in here, if you in this area, please come out and support our final Cookout Clash at Bowman Gray countdown. It's going to be live. It's going to be at the Gathering Place, which is next door to Thunder Road Bar and Grill. We want everybody to come out there. You'll be able to hear, just like you're watching, you'll be able to have speakers where you can hear what we're talking about, everything that's going on. We'll have video callers. We're going to have Freddie Kraft. We're going to have Mike Herman Jr., Herm, spots for Ricky Stenhouse. We're going to have Chocolate Myers is going to be part of it. We're going to have a good time, and we got 2 cup drivers with the potential of being calling in as well, maybe even showing up. So appreciate you coming. Appreciate you and your faith in Jesus Christ as your Lord and Savior and publicly displaying it. We'll do it again real soon.
Absolutely. I enjoy it every time I come. It's mind-boggling how many people, I always forget until I come here and actually see how many people come in and out on this show. It is mind-boggling, the support and the amount of people that just come through is
blessed, brother.
I love it. Absolutely.
Blessed.
I mean, I see the views and the things, but it's mind-boggling how many people are
engaged.
Very engaged, in and out. And, there's a lot of people. For everybody that's commenting, there's a few that, there's probably 10 from every comment that don't say anything, which is fine. Come watch. Be a part of it. But
that's the good part about this show is the comedians.
Yeah. Yeah. There's so many people, man. I just sit back here and look at all these people. I mean, and not just people, but great people and people that's done so much for this sport and do so much for like the Noel stuff and Emma stuff. Man, it's just it's awesome, is what it is. It really is. So
that's when I say I love y'all. I mean it from the bottom of my heart. Thank you so much. Went above and beyond what I expect. We're getting bigger and better, and a lot of it's I do that guy. You don't even see it. He's behind the scenes, but Eric Messer, appreciate him. So with all that being said, as always, thank you for your support. See y'all next Tuesday live at the Gathering Place. We'll make a little announcement about that. Me, Sydney, and Messer. Y'all be safe out there. God bless.